Hello, Silver R, the first in the chat. Welcome, one and all, to our second live silver pouring session. Gary Crawford in the chat as well. Welcome, my friends. How is everybody doing? We are going to have some fun tonight. We're going to pour some silver. It is going to be exceptionally fun. Last time we had a great barrel of laughs, and I have no doubt that tonight will be the same. So we will get things started by simply clicking that button there, which turns the furnace on. So we'll be pouring silver in probably, I reckon, 25 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And then we shall see what we make, see whether the silver pouring gods shine down upon us with beautiful bits of silver. Hopefully they will, and hopefully we won't have any technical glitches like, I don't know, furnace dying or something like that. Who knows? Anything could happen on a live stream. So we are going to have some fun. So for those who perhaps don't know what we are up to on a live stream silver pour, I will be pouring silver. Here is my pouring bench. You'll have to sort of semi-excuse the little bit of mess. We've been going through a bit of a busy period over the last couple of weeks and months. And we are going to pour, the first thing we're going to pour is a big star. So I've got a special request to create a big star, and that will be the first piece we make. And then the rest will just be stuff that I want to pour, or stuff maybe that you want to pour. If there's something that you would want to have made, then just let me know, and we can, of course, look to make it for you here live on stream. Anything else that we pour, though, will be put up on our website during the stream, and it's not going to be an auction. It is literally just going to be a, go onto my website and buy it kind of affair like we did last time. So there's not going to be any auctions or anything like that. So with that all said, let's have a look at what I've got here. So we've got a bunch of beautiful bits of silver that we have already made. So I saw in the chat somewhere, Silver R asking about Christmas themed pieces. We've got some Christmas themed pieces here already. Now these are pieces that are of course not poured live, but they are available now on the live stream for you to buy. They're on my website as we speak. I will get that link and I will pop it into the chat. And there we go. We can see, you can see what we've got there. We've got some Christmas hanging stars. I've done these pretty much every year in sort of a two-order basis, and so I really do like them. I think they're really good fun. These ones we drill holes in. In fact, I've picked up the only one that I've drilled a hole through the front, because when I poured it, there was a giant, great big crevice in the back of the star there. So I thought it would be kind of a cool thing to actually just put it straight through the top of the star. But otherwise they're done through the side, so it hangs nicely like this, and we've got some beautiful lovely Christmas ribbons, and you can hang it from your tree. We've also got some Christmas leaves. So these take us back to when we were working with a gentleman called Fossil Metals. He's an old name from YouTube gone past in time. And they made this leaf mold for us. They carved it out themselves out of a graphite block, and it's a real staple. And I have drilled a little hole through the top, and we have it as a Christmas decoration, which is cool. So they're really lovely. We also have a few little pieces that are more traditional without the Christmas theme or Christmas hanging, and some nice leaves here, and two absolute monsters of trilobites. All of those are up on our website right now. Now, I am neglecting the chat already, and I'm very sorry for that. So we have got a number of people in chat. Let's say hello to everybody. So first up, Silver Art, you've already said hello. Gary Crawford in the chat, hello, how are you, my friend? Thank you very much for joining in. Scott Silver in the chat, channel member, thank you very much. Lyndon Austin in as well. Richard Ackroyd, we've got Meatface156. Ralph says hello and a big thumbs up, thank you very much. Homestead Aquarius says hello to myself, me, and any fellow metal stackers. We've got Scott Silver. I saw your video, Scott Silver, with your wonderful impressions of James Bond. It was fantastic. We've also got David Webb and T the Silver Stacker, all the way from America. Fantastic. True Legend 86 in the chat too. Fantastic. Thank you all for joining me. So as I said, we'll probably be pouring a little bit of silver in, I would think, maybe 20 minutes time. That might be when the first... It's sort of dependent on the furnace. We'll see how fast it goes, but I hope it would be about then. So yes, if you would like to get anything, then just let me know in the chat. If there's something in particular that you want to have poured live on stream, then please feel free to have a look. Neil Dring in the chat as well. Thank you very much, Neil, for all of your continued support of our Buyers Club and also everything that we do here on the channel. Great to have you in, my friend. For those that may remember, we made Neil a lovely wedding anniversary present last time we did one of these streams, which was really nice to do. So we've got Webby. Right, I'm just going to quickly show, where am I? I need my OBS, there it is, pouring. There we go. So we've got the pouring bench here. We've got the furnace turned on. We've turned it on just a few seconds ago, and we will be looking to get things heated up. But we need to decide what we're going to pour. So I've got here a bunch of moulds out, but I have a whole host more as well. I was thinking of doing some of these funky pieces. We've got some cool tiki statues, which are pretty cool. Let's get those up close to the camera. So those always come out nice. There's usually some really good ripples on there, so those are kind of cool. We've got the staple, the favourite, and I think, as Neil would attest, this piece, if we can ever get it to focus on the camera, there we go. This piece is a stunner. Really yields great results. It's my go-to mould for lovely pieces. We've got hearts. Hearts are very traditional, and hopefully we'll have some nice old hearts poured tonight. And we're going to have a play button. I think, you know, last time we did we did 2 play buttons actually last time, so maybe we'll do 1 or 2 play buttons tonight as well for a live stream. Any pieces that we pour tonight will have a special little live stream mark on, which will be like a little star with the letter L in them like we did last time. And I should say as well, it is important to remember that if you do buy some of the pieces that we pour on stream tonight, not these ones here are all done and dusted and ready to be posted immediately. But if you buy anything that we pour tonight, there will be around about a 2-week wait for it to go to the Edinburgh Assay Office and then come back from the assay office, and then I'll have to finish it and then get posted out. But we can pretty much, without, I don't like using the word guarantee because it's out of my hands with the raw mail and post and assay office, but should be well in time for Christmas. So if there's any special Christmas gifts, then we can do that. We've already got a bunch of orders flying in on the website. Massive thank you to people who are buying some of the bits that we've pre-poured tonight. Some of the stars are going. We've got 2 of the stars gone. If you're in the chat and you don't mind me saying your name for your order, then let me know and I can show you the particular piece that you have ordered. We've got it here on stream. We've got international orders coming in as well. Fantastic. So for those, by the way, if you are buying tonight, you can buy internationally. I've turned on the PayPal checkout, so you can just pay through the PayPal system, and everything should just be seamless, basically. So if you would like to get something, then please do. If you order something and pay by bank transfer, that's great, but bear in mind, I'm running a live stream. I won't be able to email you the bank details until after the stream finishes tonight, so please do be patient. Right, let's go back to the chat. We've got Lyndon Austin, who's ordered 2 stars. Yes, you have, my friend. Thank you very much. You have ordered 1.03 and a 1.06 ounce one. Now, the really annoying thing about these stars is that I can't stamp the weight on them because they're too bloody small, and they're too bloody awkward because they're like 3D stars. So let's have a look. You ordered the 1.03, which is like the green one with, it's not here, where is it? It's in this box. It's the green one with the, here we go, with the snowflakes on. So this is the one that you've ordered, Lyndon. So we've got that side there, very, very nice. And then the other side is a beautiful one with all of the little snowflakes on and the hallmark, of course. So that's the first one you ordered. The second one that you ordered was the 1.06 ounce, and that's the one with the red and this one here. There we go, red and Christmas trees. So there is the other side of that. That's a real good one, that one. There's a beautiful, lovely snowflake right in the centre. And then the opposite side, you've got the one with the front drill hole. So there we go. Brilliant. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate the support there for that. And hopefully it'll be up on the Christmas hanging tree. Fossil Metals is in! I was hoping he would turn up tonight. Fossil, my friend, do you remember this? Do you remember this mould? because you made me this mold and I love it. I love it to death. It's one of my favorite molds of all times, and we've made loads of pieces tonight from it. So yes, thank you, my friend. Guys, give Fossil Metals a big thank you in the chat. We've got lots of people joining in the chat. Someone's saying there's 42 in the live stream. Well, we've got so many things open, I can't find it. We've got 48, according to my stats on my side, with 12 thumbs up and likes. Guys, it makes a huge difference to hit that thumbs up button on YouTube for not just live streams, but any content that anybody's creating. So if you have a second in your life and you'd like to help support, just hit the like button. That's all you have to do. All you have to do. Scott Silver says the YouTube play button looks good. He might just make a move on that. Well, it is a good one, my friend. I do like it. I don't have any of the pieces here because they've all gone off to their new owners, but it was really good last time and it was really nice to see. So yeah, we'll do some more of those, probably 2 pieces, because I'll explain more as we get the furnace going, but we can pour sort of 2 at a time. Fossil, yeah, it's going back many years now, back, in the old days of our pouring. It's great to have you in the chat again. I hope you're well, my friend, and it's always good to see you, long-term channel supporter and friend. So yes, huge welcome into you. Now I always do this. I have so many tabs open and so many different windows because I want to see the chat, I want to see the OBS, I want to see what's going on the stream. So it's all very, very difficult, but we'll get the hang of it. I have massive respect to all of the content creators out there that do live streams and do them regularly and do them so seamlessly. I'm a pre-recorded kind of guy. I much prefer sort of sitting pre-recording a nice video and then sort of job done really. But we are engaging with the community. That's what we like to do, and it is good fun, and it's great to see you all in the chat. So, as well as obviously any support that you want to give by buying our pre-made pour silver or anything that you have with tonight's live stream, it would be great to just have you subscribe to the channel, have you just join in with the chat and ask any questions. If you've got anything you want to know about what it's like to pour silver or anything like that, then just let me know. So. We are coming up to temperature on the preheat cycle. So I'll be putting the crucible into the furnace in just a few moments. But in the chat, we have a few questions, first of all. Also in the chat, by the way, if you use the @ symbol and then my name in the chat, then it highlights it and I can see it a lot easier. So if you've got a question, go @Backyard Bullion and ask your question. That would be great. So one from Ralph, though, says, have I ever thought about doing silver crosses? Well, there's plenty of people who do silver crosses. I personally haven't. I've always thought there'd be a little bit of an issue with the sort of shape of it and getting the silver to flow to each of the 4 points of the cross. So I've not really ever attempted it. I'm not a particularly religious person anyway, so it's just something that I've never really done, to be honest. James Stewart says, was one of the molds a Trixelion? I think you're referring probably to this one here, which is what I call a Celtic Ripple, but yes, it is a Trixelion essentially, so we can get that one poured tonight. We're definitely going to do some of these because they are absolutely stunning, beautiful pieces, beautiful design, and they always come out really well with lovely swirls, which is what Secret Stacker is in the chat and all about. So yes. Now, let's head on over to the pouring bench because we are at temperature for the preheat cycle. So we're going to put the crucible here into the furnace, and then it will be, 10 minutes or so when we're looking to maybe get the first bits of silver poured. So here we go, open up, and in it goes, and then hopefully we shall get some silver pouring. I will say, I think my furnace is going to die at some point. I don't know if it's going to die tonight though. We'll have to see. So I noticed when I opened it the other day that the heat coil was a little bit dislodged, and that's usually an indication that things are on the way out, so to speak. So we will have to see whether it survives the night. I've got backup furnaces, so if it does conk out, we can always start again. But hopefully we're going to get some stuff done. But the first piece we're going to do tonight is this big star, because this is a specific commission for somebody. And I just want to make sure I've forgotten in the heat of the moment who I'm making it for. I know who I'm making it for, but I've forgotten what the name of the person was. So let me just double check and hopefully they're in. Yes, so this is going to be a star for Dan. So I don't know if Dan is in the chat, whether or not Dan can say hello if he is, or if Dan's benefactor who is having the star being made for him, then let us know. It would be great to sort of hear from you guys, and hopefully you'll be enjoying the star that we make, and hopefully it'll come out nice. There's a difficult one with those stars because sometimes, well, I think it will happen on this one because it's quite a big piece of graphite. There's going to be quite a lot of moisture in it. We need to have a whole host of heat going into it before we pour into it. So I'm going to probably get the blowtorch on it at some point. We're going to get some proper heat in it, and maybe hopefully we can get a decent one without it A, exploding, and B, being a nightmare and a mess. So yeah, but in terms of silver pouring, that would be one of my first things to talk about. So T, you're in the chat, you're a silver pourer, and a few other people as well. If you've got a big chunky mold like this, you really need to put some serious heat through it to get it basically unmoistured. So if I just quickly do this, get some heat on it now with the blowtorch, you will see what I mean with this particular mold. You can even, well, it's probably very difficult on the actual stream to show it now, but there's already moisture coming that I can see here. And that's not a problem. Graphite is naturally going to absorb some of the moisture in any condition wherever you keep it, unless you keep it really sort of in a vacuum seal, but that's not really practical. So it is what it is, but you can eliminate that moisture as best as possible. But a big piece like this, it does need to go. And it's important to do that, otherwise silver will explode. So when you put 1100 degree silver into something that's got some moisture in, instant gas, instant silver explosion, and you don't want molten silver flying all over your face. That is certainly not a fun thing to have. Here we go. Fossil, if you're still in, there's the little mold that you made me. Fantastic. Love it, absolutely brilliant. So we're going to leave that on for a little while, I think, because I really do want to get as much we actually pour. So we've got Daniel. Daniel says he ordered the 1.15. Can I show it to him? Of course. And you say you were waiting for the bank details. I will get them to you, my friend, but I am in the middle of a live stream, so you'll have to wait for it, I'm afraid. So 1.15 is the one with green and party hats on, so it's this one. Here we go. Front and center. Oh, hang on, I haven't changed the camera. In fact, let me show it to you on this camera because it's a much higher quality camera. So here we go. This is the 1.15 piece that you ordered, Daniel. Is it going to actually focus properly? A bit difficult. Maybe if I go back and then up. It's not really working. Let me go onto the other camera. That one will focus much closer. So if we go to there, and then here we go. So there you go, Daniel. This is the one that you have ordered. 1.15 ounces. So yeah, really, really cool. And then the other side there. It's a nice one because it's got kind of a nice little bit of webbing around the side. It looks beautiful. I love these 3D star molds. These were ones we had custom made from right at the beginning when I started. It was one of the very first pieces that I really wanted to be able to make, and we got a mold made ages ago. It served me very well, and the big one that we're going to make first thing tonight is a beautiful one as well. So yes, right. So there we go, Dan. Well, Daniel, you've probably got my Backyard Bullion bank details already. So if you can, you should have had the order confirmation, which should show you everything that you need to pay, or the total anyway, and you've got my bank details. So you should be able to send it through if you can dig those out from one of our previous emails. But if you still struggle, then let me know, and we can, of course, resend them, but after the stream, because I am multitasking to high heaven. So if by the way, anybody wants to buy any of our bits of poured silver that we've got out here on the table, some of our Christmas themed stars or our Christmas themed hanging leaves, then I've just put a link into the stream chat. There's also a link down in the description box of this YouTube video, and you can go ahead and have a look at what we've got. We've got these hanging leaves as well as the hanging stars, and we've got the two giant trilobites, which are arguably huge purchases for anybody at 350 and 355 pounds. And those are special things. They are huge, they are heavy, they are beautiful. They're unique, but they are not to be underestimated as expensive items. So not expecting those to sell tonight, but there will perhaps be somebody in this world that will like them enough to buy them. I like them, and worst case scenario, I will keep them. I absolutely love this one. This 10.97 is my favourite. Such incredible ripples on it, and big, lovely, juicy hallmark on the back there. Really happy. So, yes. Anyway, let's... Mark Wilson is asking about one of the leaves that he bought. Yes, Mark, let's go into the here and have a look and see which one it was that you ordered, just to make sure I get it right. Actually, I think I've already moved it away from there. So it was the 1.7 ounce. I think it was just the one without the... it's this one here, without the hanging. So here you go, Mark. This is the leaf that you poured, one of the nicest ones, certainly. It's the heaviest I think I did, 1.77 ounces. Beautiful bits of... beautiful ripples, that's what I was trying to say. Really, really nice. Love that. And there's the Fossil Metals leaf. Fossil, are you still in the chat, my friend? Look at all the beautiful work that I've been able to do with your incredible skills. Really, really cool. So, and Mark, you also ordered something else, I think. Shall I show you that as well? Where you ordered the 1.23 star. Ooh, I think I might be able to work it out. Let me have a look. So 1.23 star was the one with the kind of turquoisey. It's in this box here. Here we go. So Mark, this is the big chunky star that you ordered. There we go. So again, nice little bit of webbing around the edges there, and beautiful bits of rippling on the back. So there are your two pieces, Mark. Thank you very much. Daniel is asking, can you pre-book a silver heart? Yes, you can, Daniel. What size would you like to book? We can do tonight. We can either do about a 1.4-ish ounce heart or about a 3-ounce heart. My recommendation, if the budget can stretch, would be the 3-ounce. It's just so much nicer and bigger and beautiful in the hand. So if you would like to, well, we'll make one, and then if you can have a look at it and you can decide whether or not it's something for you. We've got Dissident Agnostic saying, BYB, have you bought gold recently? No, I've actually sold a little bit of gold recently because prices are really high and I wanted to exit a little bit of gold. So it's not always about buying until you can no longer buy. That is for certain. Talking of gold, I haven't got it with me. It's in the other room, but I do have one sovereign at £381, which is about £5 over spot price, I think. Let me just do the quick maths. 1590 times 0.2354. It's £6 over. £6.75 over spot. So if you're interested in a really cheap sovereign, anyone, it's a 2011 bullion sovereign in a capsule. I haven't got it with me, so I can't show you it, but I do have it. If anyone wants it, please just email me or put a message in the chat and then we can link up and we can get it sorted. But yeah, so let's move back over to the pouring bench and let's now have a quick look at this. Now I'm going to hold it with a glove, obviously, because we put a boatload of heat into this. So now you can see we've got moisture coming out of the mould and moisture going down. It's heating up. It's still not like going to burn me if I just touch it quickly, but it's too hot to touch and hold. So we're getting there. But you can see, like, it's, big mould with a lot of heat needed to get it clear, basically. Now the temperature is coming up nicely. We've got some silver in there. It's all red and hot. It's not melted quite yet, but it will get there not too far in the future. I will see if Dan is in the chat. I don't know. Have we seen a Dan in the chat? Because Dan, this star is going to be for you. And I don't know if Chris is in the chat, and Chris was the one who was buying the heart for you. So, or star, I should say. So do let me know. Scott Silver says, have I got safety shoes on this time? Saw me pour in bare feet in Cobra's auction. I am wearing trousers and shoes tonight, yes, but it is what it is. Yevni says, where do I get my silver shot? I tend to actually make my own silver shot. So I get cheap bullion bars, and then I will melt them down into water, into ice water, and then you make your own shot. And that's what I've been doing of late. Otherwise, before that, I used to buy it from places like the European Mint and various other companies that would have it. So there was a company called Baird & Co. in the United Kingdom. Well, there still is. They're a big refinery and dealer. Baird & Co. and Blair Bullion via Baird & Co. as well. So T says, is it possible to overheat the mould? Well, sort of, maybe with a big blowtorch. This one is not a big blowtorch. This is just a, believe it or not, like a creme brulee blowtorch. And here's a little fun story for you. Back when I got started, I thought that would be enough to melt anything. I was sorely wrong. But I use it now just to get the heat in the moulds. You don't need to get them red hot. Arguably, if you get them red hot every time you use them, they're going to degrade a lot faster. I found that if you just get them to the point where there's no moisture left in them and you are you too hot to touch, basically, you're going to be fine. If it's a big piece like this one, you need a lot more time to get it in. But if it's a small mould like this heart, then a few minutes on it will eliminate all the moisture you need, and it will actually make the moulds last a long time. Fossil was saying it's good to see that the mould has held out so long. That's part of the reason why I don't red hot heat it every time I use it. So it does last a lot longer, which I think is really important. Daniel Koch says, thank you, brilliant. Did you decide on a size, Daniel? A sort of a 1.5-ish or a 3 ounce-ish? So let me know and we'll maybe look to pour one of those. Question, someone asked me, what was it? Do I still pour the little tikis? Yes, we're going to actually do some of them tonight, Fossil. So we've got 2 tiki molds here. We're going to do both of those tonight, and hopefully they'll come out and look pretty cool. They often do. There's some nice ripples in those when they are made. So, yes. So Daniel, we need to know what kind of heart size that you want. Northeast Coin says, hi BYB, I know you can't give exact prices, but how much is a YouTube play button? So all of my poured silver is going to be £36 an ounce. Look, that's premium. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. It's a premium. I have a lot of overheads in terms of material costs, as you can see, ongoing costs, my skill, my labour, the time, the expertise and energy that I put into things. I don't sell these as investment products. I sell these as beautiful keepsakes. So it's a way that you can support what we do. It's a way that you can support our channel and have a really nice piece for special occasions. So we'll get that elephant in the room out the way. It's been the way it has been for the last 7 years of me pouring silver, but I know there were some people who asked the question. So £36 an ounce tonight is our price. So and another question I've just seen you say, do you charge VAT? No, we are a small business. We operate underneath the VAT registration threshold. So we are not registered for VAT, and so we don't charge VAT. So, right, let's have a quick look, because I think the silver is now molten. And yes, indeed, it is. But I think we need a little bit more silver in there for this mould, because this is quite a big heart. This is about an 8.5-ish ounce, and I think we need a bit more going in. So I'm going to top it up a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. That's like a pinch of salt. Let's have a look in on the mould, see how we're getting on. Still a little bit of moisture coming out, as you can see. In fact, tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly turn it over and get the heat directly on the bottom. And just try and get heat from all sides in on it. And I think it's fine the way it is now. I think this mould will probably bubble and you'll see it. It might scare you. It scares me every time, but hey, it is what it is. So we are going back to the chat. Gary Crawford, craftsmanship is priceless. Thank you. I do appreciate that. If you want to buy cheap silver, we offer cheap silver as well. There's plenty of it going around. We had a whole host of bullion go out this week at 23 an ounce. And I know I've got more coming next week for that as well. So if you want cheap bullion, we can help you with that as well. But for our poured silver, it is what it is. Meatface says, I remember getting 6 1-ounce Brits second hand for less than £100. That being said, I remember getting 1 ounce gold for £300 too. Goodness me, you lucky sod. I wish I could have had that kind of gold price. But alas, it is not to be had. Yeah, right. So we have another little order that's just come through the website. A big thank you to the person who's just bought a 1.13 ounce star. If you would like to see your star, and you don't mind me saying your name on stream, then just comment in the live stream, and we can, of course, just basically show you what we've got. I don't want to sort of say your name in case you were not there. Leroy Muir says, can I order 4 Christmas stars, please? Weight somewhere around 1 ounce each, fully understand at a premium and quite frankly cheaper than I expected. We've got some in stock ready to go, my friend. I don't know if we've got 4 left. I'm not going to be making any of these on the stream tonight, I'm afraid, because we have other things to do and they're a bit of a pig to make. But if anyone wants to buy the Christmas hanging stars, then they are up on our website. I've just put a link in the chat. You can go and buy them there, my friend. That's the best way to do it. In fact, I'm just going to grab some of them now. Let me get my OBS open so I can see what I'm doing. Here, there they are. They're brilliant. Anyway, right, I've just noticed that we're basically there and ready to pour our first bit of silver. So let's make sure everything's tidied away. We've got a safe work area. Let's just move all of this over here. So we are going to do a big star. And this star is for Dan. I don't know if Dan's in the chat. I haven't seen Dan, if he is in the chat or if he's not in the chat. If he's in the chat, say hello. Dan, this star is for you, my friend. So here we go. Hopefully it is going to work okay. So we have the mould ready, we have the blowtorch on. Let's do it. You ready? We've got silver coming out the furnace. Oh, do you know what? I've just noticed something. False alarm. Hold your thoughts. There's a bit of silver stuck on my tongs and that was getting in the way of the lip. And that was annoying me. There we go, that's come off now. Really important to have a good grip. The moment you disrespect the process, disrespect the molten silver, is the day that it will come and bite you. There we go, those are nice and smooth. All right, let's try again. Ha ha! False alarm. So, what I do there is I bend the tongs so that they've got more tension as well. Another little top tip. So here we go. We're going to pour our first piece. So nice grip on that, much better. Okay, here we go. It's bubbling. It's bubbling, but it's settling and it's settled. Good. Okay. It's taking a while. It's also bubbling from the moisture at the bottom. Can you see it? But we've got some absolute killer ripples there. Oh boy. Oh, I'm very happy with that. That has come out a treat. Whew. Don't know about you, but my heart was going a little bit because of the bubbling of the silver. Look how much moisture is still coming in. If you bear in mind, we've had that torch on it for quite a while. So yeah, a lot of moisture in there. But anyway, it wasn't an explosion, which is what we were trying to avoid. And it's come out pretty well on the other side as well, which is nice. Sometimes you get a big giant air pocket or hole. I'm seeing that, actually, there are a few holes in it. What I might do is try a second star. As often, the first one, as we've seen, eliminates the vast majority of the moisture. And then the second one that you do ends up being much nicer. So we might end up putting this one up for sale tonight anyway, because it's a special piece. We've poured it live. Here we go, we're going to quench it. There we go, beautiful. Lovely sound quenching. Don't know if you guys can hear this, probably not because the microphone's too far away. This is still steaming away, still getting moisture out of it, which is great. So here we go. Let's have a good close look at it and see whether or not this will do for Dan. There is the star that we have just poured live on stream. And there it is. And you know, there is kind of quite a bit, because of all that bubbling that you saw, all of that sort of air and moisture coming out, it has created a few crevices and a few not so perfect bits. And I'm always a bit of a perfectionist. But if anybody wants to have a nice bit of silver, then let me know. But anyway, So let's have a look and see what you all said in the chat. Richard Ackroyd says he was the one you mentioned earlier. Fossil Metal says, won't be disappointed, Dan, I'm sure. Meatface says, love the ripples. I think the ripples are just as much of a maker's mark along with your BYB stamp. Yevni says those bubbles go through the mic pretty well. Scott Silver said, oops, head reveal. Was it the top of my head? Haha, fantastic. Well, there you go. So as close as a face reveal you're ever going to get on a live stream, I'm afraid. Homestead Aquarius was impressed and said, nice. But I'll tell you what, let's come back over to here and have a good close look at it. So this is the star that we've just poured. It's got a little bit of graphite on, but don't worry, that all gets cleaned off pretty easily. But then on the other side, this is just the bit that I'm not entirely convinced about. It's probably not very clear on the stream, but there's a little air pocket in there. So we will try another one, I think. But I might just put this up for sale anyway, because it's a live stream piece, and then we can see whether or not somebody might be interested in it. But I've restocked the furnace. We will be trying again in not too distant future. Let's get this one weighed first and see. In fact, I think, let me just make sure we've got enough silver in there. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to say it now for those who like, there's going to be some face revealing here on this this little scale. We'll have to be careful of that. 239.54. 239.54 divided by 31.105. 7.7 ounces. So nice round number that. We'll deal with that in a moment because the silver is not far away from being up to temperature again. And I will say that I think there's something wrong with my furnace in a good way. It's kind of operating in a really speedy way, which I think is pretty cool, but also means it's probably on the way out. So yeah, it is what it is. Right. I will just take a quick photo of this star and then I will be listing it on my website in the not too distant future, and then when it's live I will tell you all, and you can buy it if you want. And I think I will do a different one for Dan because I want to get it right. It was a special occasion star, you see. So we've also got an answer from Daniel who wants a 3 ounce heart. Sorry, we will make sure that we get that one for you, my friend, just as soon as we are done with the star. We'll do the heart next. So what I need to do is grab that photo. I hate multitasking. You guys have to put up with me, and I do appreciate it. I love doing my tangential rambles, and it's just what I do, and I'm not good at multitasking. I'm very, I don't know, sporadic. I just go off on tangents all the time. But, you know, that's me. So, it is what it is. Right, let's get the live poured star up on the website. If we're quick, we can get it in just before we go over to the pouring bench for the next pour. So, live poured silver star, 7.7 ounces troy. And we will be, again, there's a 2-week wait for this to be hallmarked if anyone does want to buy it. And 7.7 times 36 is 277. So we'll get that live in just a moment because now we are ready to go for the second pour. So hopefully this one will end up being better because we've eliminated a vast majority of that moisture out of the mould from the first time around. So here we go. Let's get it done. A little bit of bubbling still, but nearly there. It's another good one, another beautiful one with lots of ripples. But as you may have heard and seen, a lot less bubbles, so a lot less scary, and also perhaps a better result on the other side. We can get the mould peeled off. Maybe going to have to quickly get the gloves back on. There we go. Oh, no, that one's a lot worse. Hey, the pouring gods are shining down upon us and saying, try again later. Try again, please. So, in fact, let's quench that before we drop it and cause some serious damage. So, yes. Doesn't always go perfectly. Last time, it was a really good night. We had every single piece come out perfect. But tonight, that's not good. We'll try a third one, because I think that if we have another go, there won't be any moisture left. These stars are like a blessing and a curse. It's very difficult to get them perfectly right. And we'll keep going though, because I really want to make sure this is a good one. Special occasion. So, silver is in. Maybe I don't put this big star up on the website for now, because maybe we're going to have to use this, but I don't know. We'll see. Chris A. It's in the chat. You guys are in the chat. So, well, now we can actually maybe talk about it. Here we go. So if we go back over to the desk, there we go. Chris and Dan, do you want this star? It is not 100% perfect. We can do better. I will do better. Or I can pour the second one and then you can decide. Maybe that's what we can do. Richard Ackroyd asks, can I melt the star again? Yes, so Richard, this is the second one we did. You can see that is just a mess. Huge air bubbles in there. Not good at all. It's not what you want. So yes, you can. You can just chop it up. I have a pair of very large bolt cutters which do the job nicely. Just chop it up, stick it back in the furnace. I won't be doing that now though. I'll do that another time. It's a shame because this one came out with some beautiful ripples on it. But yeah, we can do better. We can do better for sure. So, CY Sterling in the chat. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. So we're going to do another attempt at this. I'm not going to put this one up for sale just yet, because I do want to make sure that we get at least something poured live on stream for you, Chris and Dan. So we've still got lots of time to go though, and basically it's a lot faster than it was the last stream, because I think my furnace is on the way out to death. I've seen the heat coils inside it. They're a bit wonky. They're not quite in the right position. They've dislodged and they're looking a bit shaky. So we'll have to see how we get on. Hopefully it's going to last for tonight and we'll get some good things. But the plus side is it's kind of breaking in a good way, because it's causing us to have massive amount of heat go into that chamber. So we'll get more pours done, hopefully, but assuming it doesn't die out, but yeah, we'll see. Project Earth says, have I bought the new James Bond 1960s new coin? I've been giving that series a miss, my friend. I am not really collecting it. I just don't like. So it's not for me. Scott Silver says, this is actually good. Just shows the work you do to get pieces available. Well, yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a gilded experience the first time round because we had so many good pieces come out. The stars are an awkward bugger, though. They really are. I wish I could get the stars working perfect every single time, but they do somewhat elude me, unfortunately. It is what it is. We'll get it. I think we'll get it on this one. Because the problem is the moisture. The problem is just eliminating all that moisture from that mould. And often it does really take a while. So, Inheritance Stacker says, website looks good. I tried ordering something. If you pour... he will try to order something if we pour something 1 to 2 ounces. We will get there. Inheritance Stacker, we'll be making some bits in the not too distant future. I've also just had an email from somebody about the Gold Sovereign. Yes, we can get that to you, my friend. I will link up with you after the stream if that's all right, because I'm multitasking a lot. So we will get there, and we'll do that one. But if in the meantime, Homestead Aquarius, would it be possible and help to tap the mould as you pour from the start? I don't think so, my friend, because the silver at the bottom will solidify first. It'll solidify quite quickly. I think it's, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Elton Jones says, is it possible to sand the back down? Well, not really, unfortunately, not on something like this, because it is such a huge, huge crevice. And yeah, no, unfortunately not. That one's just going to have to be chopped up and remelted. That's pretty much how we have to do it. So guys, if you are enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying our channel and everything that we're doing, and you want to support what we do more than just watching, then you can do so by heading over to our website. We've got some stuff that's on the stream tonight that is for sale, and I've put a link to that into the live chat. If anyone wants to buy something and share it, and wants me to share what they have bought on stream and see it, then you can just let me know. I am going to quickly go into my products on my website and just make sure everything's still correct. So if we just go into those like that, and then I just want to make sure that the in-stock items are actually showing rather than not. So we've still got some of our hanging stars available. Let's get rid of the ones which are out of stock so as not to confuse anyone. So that one can go, that one can go, and I think that one's gone as well. Yep. So we've got currently 4 of our hanging stars left. 4 out of the 11 that I had up for sale. So if you want to grab some of those, then head on over to the website. We have got hanging stars, or sorry, hanging leaves as well. So if you want, where they've got an example there. So if you want one of these on your Christmas tree, then check those out as well. And I'll have a look at those in just a moment, because we are pretty much there for attempt number 3 on the star. So let's go. 3rd time is the charm. That's what they say. And we can get Dan and Chris, their beautiful star made, here live on stream. So here we go. Alright, this one might be better. There's not very many bubbles and the ripples are looking really good. Okay. What I will say is, because we've got other people who might want other things, if this one hasn't come out great, then we will move on and I will try again another time. It's not coming out like that. Let's go with the gloves. There we go. Ugh, no. It's not working again. Just doesn't want to do it tonight. Should we? I don't know. Should we try one more? Shall we try one more? It's disheartening because I want to make this just perfect. I want to get it right for them. Ugh. I'm going to try one more. I'm sorry guys, my inner completionist in me needs to and wants to make it right. I will do one more star and then we will do some hearts and do some tiki statues. Fortunately, as I said, the furnace is working overtime. It's doing something weird and it's doing big amounts of silver heating and pouring. So yeah, that's unfortunate. We've got another huge sort of divot. If we come back over to the desk, it's just annoying because I like to have things looking good. There we go. That's what's come out tonight. Not good. Not good. Ugh. It's really annoying because they're coming out really nice on the ripple sides, but we'll give it one more go. One more go is what we'll do. Yeah, Fossil says leave the preheat on. Let's do it. Put that back on right now. I don't know, sometimes Fossil, you might have experienced this as well. Sometimes it's just not your day. It's just maybe not my day today. But anyway. Project Earth says, do I make custom silver items? That is exactly what I am attempting to do right now, but we'll see. Inheritance Hacker says he thinks it's time to move on. The silver gods are not watching tonight, it seems. Yeah, I know, but I want to do one more. I'm going to do one more and then we'll move on. I will get it. We'll get it. I know we will. This is going to happen. So, right, let's chill for a moment whilst we wait for the silver to heat up again. If anybody's got any questions they would like to ask about silver pouring, as you are seeing, it's not always easy and just bells and whistles. It's sometimes quite difficult. Then let me know. It would be an interesting a question, anything you've got, just ask. Daniel says, thanks for giving it another go. Look, Daniel, when we normally take commissions, so this is how we would normally do it. We don't always do these. This is only the second time, in fact, we've ever done a live stream. So we will usually pour like 3 or 4 different things for people. And we will then ask you which you like the best. It's a bit difficult when it's on a live stream because it's not always really, as you can see, easy. So we'll just have to see how we get on, and hopefully we'll get a good one coming up in this next pour. But it's a sort of love and hate relationship, I guess, I have sometimes with pouring silver. I wish I could get it right every single time, but alas, it's not always possible. But we will try. And this is going to be the last star that we do. If we don't get it right this time, then you guys, you can choose, well, Dan and Chris, you can choose whether this one here is going to be for you, or whether or not you would like us to just try again another day and we can keep going until we get a good one. I don't mind working overtime on a different day. So yeah, that's what we do. That's how I do it. You can see, look, I really want to make this perfect because it's not easy. To just, a lot of people think, it's just putting silver into a mold, it's easy, you can do it, but you get all these little obstacles and hurdles. And let me tell you, there's no quick, easy solution. There's no like guide out there that you can follow that makes it perfect and you get the results that you want every time. It doesn't work like that. You have to work it out yourself. You have to like trial and error to make sure that it's working and that it's, turning out all right. And so, yeah, it can be a bit of an annoyance, a bit of a labour of love, so to speak, but we'll see. In the meantime, I will also just remind you all that we have these pieces up on our website, so you can go and check them out. I put a link in the chat and in the description box below. Scott Silver says, what's the weirdest request you've ever had for a custom piece? I've had requests that I wouldn't be able to talk about live on a YouTube monetized stream because they're for naughty things. I don't do those, I won't do those, and someone else can do those. Fine, not me. But yes, I've been asked to do those. That's probably the weirdest thing, I would say. We have... oh, that's nice. So Chris has just emailed me to say, thanks very much for your pouring. I'm sure you'll get it. But if you want to, please do it when you've got another bit of time. That's fine. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. Somebody has just bought one of our gold bars. So, I think I've got them. Have I got them here? Yes, I had them out earlier. Fantastic. We've got a few of our gold bars up for sale. If anybody's interested in those, I think we're down to 4 left in stock. So our 1/10 ounce gold is up on our website as well. You can go and check those out. Big thank you to the person who's just bought that internationally. As I said, anybody internationally watching tonight can and is welcome to order. You may see on some of our little bits that we say, international customers no for our bullion orders, but for our bits that we make, I'm more than happy to sell and send internationally. But yeah, we've got some of our gold up for sale. Homestead Aquarius says, you've poured so much and are accomplished, so to see this issue speaks to how difficult it can be. Yeah, it really is. Cool Edit says, well, he says hi 5 times, hello. And he says, I'm wondering on buying a small electric furnace like a 3 kilo one, is that a good idea? I mean, if you like pouring silver and you want to pour some silver, then get a little furnace. Yeah, definitely, mate. I would say that is a good thing to do. Right, we're going to go back over and try again. Come on then, chat. We need some love. We need some good positive energy flowing over to the silver pouring bench. We need this to happen and to make a nice heart for somebody. Sorry, star. I keep always calling these a heart. It's very annoying. Let's just get that like that. There we go. And attempt number 4. 4th time's the charm. I'm sure that's the real phrase, isn't it? That's how we do it. Right. Let's do it like that. And see how we get on. Right, here we go. There's a few bubbles coming. I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe we're going to have to just try again another time. Let's see. Any better? Moment of truth. It looks so good until you take the top off. No, it's awful, right? I don't know what's happening tonight with these stars. Oh my god, they've got worse and worse and worse. Every time they've got worse. So, we're done with the stars. We're going to make something else. Let's do, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to do my Trixelian. No, we said a heart. We're going to do a heart for Daniel. Different Daniel. There we go. Let's do the heart. So here you go. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so sorry. I want these streams to be like perfect every time, but I need to remember that I'm pouring live and things don't always work. Look at the size of that bloody like air pocket in there. Yeah, not good, not good. I'm gonna have to yeah, it's awful. I have to work out a way to maybe heat the mold more, I don't know, or just I'll work it out. Well, so for Chris and Dan in the chat, I will get you a good one. Although it might be a day or two. At this rate, it's going to be a while. So let's charge the furnace up again, and then we're going to do some hearts, because hopefully those will actually work and not be all air boggly and air pockety. It is what it is. I guess I'm just disappointed because like I really wanted it to be nice for somebody on stream, but right, where am I going to put this one that's not going to burn me? Let's put it over here. No, that's going to be a bit silly. Let's put it on there. So we're going to do a little heart, about a 3 ouncer, and let's get the torch on it. So this one's a lot smaller of a mould, so it should work. Alex Swanson says maybe pour silver inside a vacuum chamber. Yeah, that's yeah, not good. Fossil says I think your thermostat is on its way out. Yeah, I think the heat coils are on the way out. I think the silver's molten every time. So I don't know. There's something definitely wrong with the furnace, but it's still getting the molten silver going. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So. Norfolk Crane Life says, could you put the molds in an oven for a few hours before pouring on a low heat to eliminate all moisture from them? Yes, you can. That's probably what I'll end up doing to try and help that one. The problem is some modern ovens have a fair amount of like moisture in them anyway, so I don't know. We'll have to make sure it's okay. The Celtic Knot ones in Heritage Stacker, they come out usually around 2.7-ish ounces, maybe 3 ounces if it's a bit thick. We're going to do some of them as well after the heart. We're going to pour a couple of hearts, and then we're going to pour a couple of these. And then we're going to maybe do a few tikis, and then we'll finish with a couple of YouTube play buttons. So that's the order we're going to do. Heart, Celtics, tikis, and the play button, and then be finished. Mould on a fire brick might raise the temperature. It might do. Do you know, I've had this problem with this big star mould before, and you know, it's just one of those things that happens. Unfortunately, with it. It's been a while since I've used it, that's what I'll say. So I reckon it's probably just got so much moisture in it that it's difficult to get it all out. It's been sat, you know, absorbing moisture for months and months and months. So I reckon that's probably what's happened. But, you know, the beauty about this game is that you can just take the silver, remelt it, and try again. That's part of the beauty of pouring silver. You don't just waste material. It does all have value. You can all just chop it up and try again. So yeah, I'm just disappointed because I wanted it to be special for somebody live on stream, but it is what it is. Let's put some positive energy back into the room, shall we? So if anybody in the chat wants to ask any questions about silver pouring, about my Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, anything, just ask me away, and it would be good to hear from you. So we are. Has it gone up to temperature again? This is, as I say, it's very weird. Yeah, it has. It's all melted. Fossil, you know, furnaces. This one's definitely on the blitz. It's definitely on the way out, which is good. We can pour a lot tonight. Let's go back over and see how we're getting on. So maybe we just spend a lot of time here, pour a bunch of pieces, and then see what we get. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So let's try a heart. and see if that works better. Let's just move this out of the way. All right. That's a pretty nice heart. That's a pretty nice heart too. Let's pop that back in. Maybe we're getting somewhere. There's a few little blemishes on there. That happens sometimes though. This one's a bit better. This one's much better actually. We might actually have our first piece that's anywhere semi-decent tonight. So let's get these two quenched. There's the first one. And there's the second one. Alright, let's get a bit more silver into the furnace, and then because it's all working rather quickly tonight, I suspect in a not too distant future we'll be able to get another heart done. We'll do 2 more hearts. Some nice pieces there. Get them dried off, and here we go. So there's 2 nice hearts. This one's not 100% perfect. There's a few little pits and things in there, but we can maybe stamp around that. I don't know. Daniel, I'm going to give this one a quick clean now and get the graphite off it. So I'll show you how it can be cut quite quickly. Just need a little piece of sandpaper. And then a little bit of vinegar, of all things. So what I do, put a bit of vinegar on it, which is basically an acid, and then with the sandpaper, 700 grit as well, so very, very, very fine. You can see that we're sort of getting, we can show there, we're getting like the graphite coming off. If I do that, you can see, there you go, there's the graphite coming off already. So give that a good scrub. And that one I think might be a good candidate for you, Daniel. So let's have that quick clean. Whoa, dropped just a little bit of water on there and it was a little bit scary. There we go. So coming up nicely, a little bit more effort and energy, and that will be a beautiful piece for you, Daniel. So that's our first one. Then we've got this one here. A little bit warm, having been sat on there. Let's just get that cooled off a bit. And then this one here also. It's a nice looking heart, just a shame about those few little bubbles, and then it's got some sort of air pockets on the other side. Again, I think I'm going to put that one in the little reject pile, unless somebody feels exceptionally strongly about it in the chat, in which case let me know. I have not had the chat in front of me, so let's have a quick catch up on what's going on the chat. So we've got Alex wants us to use an electric dehumidifier in the room you pour in. Didn't pour metal, but I use dehumidifiers in my home and they make a big difference. They do make a big difference, that's for sure. Don't have one here, haven't had any experience of it before. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's probably something to do with the furnace. So could graphite molds be stored sealed up in rice or other moisture reducing medium? Yes, they can, and that's what I usually do. We've got big boxes that I usually kept nice and secure. Ralph says, I know the wife is also watching to see how her lovely heart was made when we had it a while back. Fantastic, thank you, my friend. Inherited Stack says, how long have I been pouring silver? I've been pouring it for about 7 or 8 years now. Cool Edit says, will I ever make more 1 gram gold bars? Yes, I will. I'm not entirely sure what Bobby Crush is referring to, Bobby. I'm just going to put you in a timeout. I don't really want anything like that. Elton Jones, says, how much is the Silver Star, like US money? Well, it's £36 an ounce. I don't know what the exchange rate is, my friend, so we'll have to work that out if you go and buy something. Daniel says, you want to check out Street Tips. This guy's refining gold and silver. He uses nitric acid to remove the impurities. Yep, that's what I have learnt a lot from him. It's very, very good. Gary says, will you be pouring my order on the stream? I have, yes, that's another thing we need to do, a few little small hearts. We do need to pour you a little heart, Gary, I haven't forgotten. Well, I kind of have forgotten, but we will get it done as well, don't worry. So let's try another couple of these, because the silver's back up to temperature again. Right, here we go. That's a nice up and down. And that one I think is a winner. That's a good one. That one, the silver pouring gods have gone, do you know what? Backyard Bullion, you've been having a hard time of it tonight. Let's give you a good one. It's pretty good. There's still some air pockets coming in all of this silver tonight. I don't quite know what that's all about. Bit of a weird one, getting a few air pockets, but those look good. I wonder whether it's the batch of silver. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird. You get like good batches of silver, you get weird batches of silver. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I've noticed that there's lots of different things that happen. There's loads of different like, I don't know, effects and finishes that happen on some of the bits of silver when you have different types of grain. Sizes of the grain makes a difference. Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. So we'll see. But anyway, look, here's what we made with these two here. Really nice, very, very pretty. I think this one, Dan, is going to be for you. I think this one's a beauty, and it's got a little bit of a pocket on the back there. A bit sharp actually. Ugh. Do you know, I just can't get it right tonight, I think. What's this other one here like? Yeah, they're all a bit sharp on the back. Let me show you on the other camera. Haven't put anything up for sale yet, and it's not what it's really about. We're not here to just make and sell as much as possible. I'm here to have some fun, and at the moment we're experiencing some silver pouring issues. So we're getting these little pockets on the back of the hearts now as well. Very strange. Not seen these before. But I think it is something to do with the furnace. I think, in all honesty, we are experiencing something not quite right with the heat coils and everything. Maybe we try leaving it for a bit longer next time. I don't know. Oh, anyway. Elton, yeah, well, pour a little slower might help, but I don't know, the silver is, you know, at a certain temperature, we need to go. They say a little bit charm. We'll see. I mean, maybe someone out there will like them. If anyone wants to buy them, then just let me know, and I can always do that. I'm wondering whether, if you're correct, I wonder whether the silver is maybe too hot, but I don't know. So maybe I usually pour like 1050, but this, I think the thermometer's wrong, or the heat sensor's wrong, and it's causing issues. It's all very, very fun and funky, isn't it? But we'll see. I could get the second furnace out. The problem is it's going to take a good like 45 minutes until it's even ready to pour anything. Let's get it out and down. Is it this one here? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to make a decision now. I'm not going to get the second furnace out and do anything with that tonight, because it's going to take too long, I'm afraid, and I have lonely dogs in the house that need going and rescuing at some point in the not too distant future. So, right, we are going to still endeavour to go and try and pour some more stuff though. So let's have a go at the small heart and see if that makes a difference. Get some heat into that mould. And then we can just see whether we can weather through this bad patch of silver pouring, and hopefully get to the other side with a little bit better results. Hopefully We will. Oh, we'll see. I'm just disappointed because last time it was so great. We had so many amazing pieces come out, and this time it's proving to be a bit more complicated. So, right. I'm sorry, guys, if it's a bit boring for you watching me just constantly fail. But, you know, it is what it is. We can't do anything more than keep trying. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds for this to get a little bit more heat in. An artist would just say that's how it's supposed to be. Craftsmen have tougher standards. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who would just settle for these, but I try my best to get it as good as possible. You know what? We haven't also got a perfect 3-ouncer yet for Daniel, so I'm going to try that as well. Might just quickly do a little one first. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. A little bit of an overpour that. I am having a nightmare tonight. It's not working, is it? Alright, let's try. No, that's not working either. Oh dear, 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 dear. We are not doing well. Oh dear, now we've got a small fire going. And that kind of sums up my night really, doesn't it? I think it's because like now I'm pissed off and now I'm flustered that it's not working. That doesn't help either. You've got to have a good positive mental attitude. Right, I think I'm going to turn the furnace off and we're going to try something else. We're going to try a different crucible and we're going to try a different furnace. So we have furnace number 2, the backup furnace. It'll be a while now until the next pour because we are going to try again. Something ain't working and so we have to change something, and I think this is what we need, and it will also force me to have a break as well, which is really good. So let's just get this moved out of the way. And if we can get let's get that out of the way. Right, so let's turn this one on. And then we're going to try with one of my older crucibles. Let's use this one. And we're going to charge it up with some silver. No, that doesn't fit in there. Old bit of a crucible, bit of silver. I'm just going to put it in from cold because ultimately it'll be a little bit faster, and we'll see how we get on with that. But as I say, it's going to be at least, I don't know, half an hour or so until we get another bit of silver pouring. So yeah, I'm sorry everyone. Pouring live is hard, is what Fossil Metals says, and it just shows how many fails it sometimes takes to get it perfect. Andy says, don't be beat down, it's always a learning curve. Yes. Alex says, sometimes it's a learning cliff. Indeed, it feels like that. And it is always harder when people are watching. What happens if you pour a bit of molten silver directly into the water? It'll probably damage the pan, quite honestly. It needs to be like big bucket and ice water. So yeah, we'll see. So does anyone want these hearts, I guess, is the question. I mean, I could put them up for sale on my website. And I guess we've also got this star, which is just about acceptable. There's a little blemish and air pocket, but certainly when compared with the others, it's nowhere near as bad. So yeah, we'll see. Have to see how we get on. Right. Let's weigh up these hearts and see what they are like. And first of all, let's see which are the really good ones, because there was this one here and this one here. So I think these two, they're not that great. They've got like little bubbles on them, so we can discard those. But these two are nice. So let's get those weighed up and see what they come out at, and then we can put them on the website. And if somebody would like to get them, even with these little blemishes, then they can. So we need to get the weighing scales calculator. So this one is 95.21 divided by 31.105 is 3.06 ounces. So let's take a quick photo of that. And on the other side. Do you know what? I don't even want to sell it. I really don't want to sell it because this is such a sharp, horrible, scratchy dent in it. I'm not keen on that at all. So, Chris A, you're more than welcome, my friend. I'm sorry that it's not so good. It's sad. Do you know what? This one's also got a really sharp edge and sharp scratch to it, and I don't really want that going out to someone. Bit of a bummer. We can do a little bit of a live silver pouring fail compilation, can't we, from all of this? Oh dear. Deary me. Sorry all. Right, let's talk about something else for a change. Let's have a little bit of a chat about anything else. What does someone want to talk about? What does someone want to know about at all? If we've got anyone who wants to know about the world of silver, world of precious metals, we've got some silver coming in next week. We also have I've just seen a question. Yevni says, how do you take your tea? I don't drink tea. I'm like probably the only British person on the planet that doesn't drink any bloody tea. It's not for me. I just don't like it. Inheritance Slacker says you learn more from your failures than you do your success. Yes, you do. Lyndon asks, did I go on a silver pouring course? No, I did not go on a course, I'm afraid. I just sort of copied other people online and did what I did. And, you know, it was a little bit of a learning curve. I have never had a session quite this bad, but I think it's something to do with the furnace. I think it's maybe that the silver's too hot. I think that the furnace is, quite frankly, buggered. I think there's something going wrong with it. So it's not normally this fast in terms of heating. And I think that's having an issue. So yeah. Cool Edit says, can I do a 10-ounce bar? I mean, I theoretically can. Whether I can or not is another bloody piece. But yeah. How do I make the hammered pieces you make, other than obviously hammering it? Well, you use a ball-headed hammer, and then you make lots of the different the little divots in it, which will cause that pattern. And it's a really nice little bit of a pattern. James Stewart says, it's always a risk when live pouring. It's still great fun to watch. Thank you. I do appreciate that, my friend. It is difficult live, and I'm trying my hardest to get this working, but it ain't easy for some reason. It's just seeming not to want to work. We're having the silver pouring gods go, yeah, not tonight, thank you very much. Now, look, I have got some pre-poured stuff, at least, that is available up on the website right now. So if anybody would like to get something that looks actually good, that we poured, that is already nice, then you can do so. That is up on the website right now. They're all hallmarked and ready to go, so you can head on over to our website. I'm just going to put a link into the description box below, and you can get any pieces that you would like. Lots of people saying that they're really enjoying the stream still, so it's nice. I do appreciate you guys sticking around. We'll try and get at least one or two pieces in tonight, which will be half decent. Scott Silver says, when are you going into the Royal Mint to wipe the floor with them, and do you want to back up? I don't know. They're not going to get in touch with me. I think I'm probably turning into persona non grata with them at the moment, but, it is what it is. We'll just have to see. Lyndon asks, how do you go about making your own mods? Well, if fossil metals are still in the stack, then he's the man to ask. But basically, you just take a block of graphite and you carve into it with either a CNC machine or hand carver, which I think is what Fossil did with his one. So Alex Swanson says, since gold is a fairly low melting point, I wonder whether you could print it with a Sintrid Metal 3D printer. Still quite a high melting point, I think, gold. It's still like in the 900s, so I'm not entirely sure that's possible, but maybe. Don't know about 3D printing. Daniel Clemens says, I'm fairly new to precious metals and I feel like eBay is super expensive and unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that I sell UK only. What would you say is a good alternative for you EU guys for second hand? Oh, I don't know for second hand, I'm afraid, my friend. It's very difficult in the European Union. There's not a lot of social media stuff. I guess you could try some of the social media profiles on Facebook and the stuff, but the Silver Forum is probably your best bet, as Alex Swanson has just suggested. So yeah. Cool Edit says you should do silver rounds. I do have round molds. I do create rounds. We have rounds that we make, and so we can do those for sure. I have done plenty of those in the past as well, so those are definitely something we can do. So Chris A has sent another email saying, BYB, carry on, dude, we're still watching. I feel really bad. I feel really bad that I've let them down, not getting a good one made. And I'm sorry to Gary as well for his heart not coming out properly. And I'm sorry for Daniel, who wanted a heart on stream tonight as well. We're going to try one more go in probably about another half an hour or so, I think. The furnace, the second backup furnace, which is hopefully not going to superheat the silver and make it really awkward and bad. I don't know what's happening. It's really weird. I've not seen that before. Huge issues, as you can see, with these bubbles. Very strange indeed, but we'll see. We'll endeavour to get something good. But yeah, what I might do is I'm just going to go take a quick drinks break and just check on the old dogs. So I will be back in about 2 minutes, and you talk amongst yourselves in the chat. We'll be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. Hello. I have not abandoned you forever. We're here, and we will endeavour to get something made tonight that looks okay. It is a disappointing evening, but I want to say a big thank you to all of the people who have been buying bits on our website tonight already. That is very, very cool and very generous of you all. And of course, they are pieces that are actually good rather than all the garbage that I'm making tonight, it seems. So thank you, one and all. I'll just do a quick stock check and make sure everything's up to date. But I think we're down to our last couple of stars now. So if anybody wants one, now would be a time to perhaps look to get one. So we have only got 3 stars now left for the stream, and those 3, let me just make sure I know which ones they are. We've got a 0.98, which is in a white, I've got it in this box here, yeah, there we go. So this one is up on the website right now. This is the 0.98 ounce star, so just shy of an ounce. Beautiful little piece with some lovely ripples. There we go, nice in focus. And of course our snowflakes, and then the hallmark there as well. So that one is available. We also have 2 of the 1.13 ounce, which is, I think this one is one of them. I haven't got the other one right here in front of me, but they are beautiful little pieces, lovely, lovely ripples on this. And most importantly, no giant air pockets on this side of the star. Honestly, can't fathom why they're going wrong tonight. But those are available up now on our website. So if you're interested, go and have a look. Cool Edits says £36 an ounce is not quite expensive. It's a premium product. It's not meant as an investment product. If you like it and you want it something special, then great. You can go and get it, and it helps support what we do here on the channel. Gary says, we all need to cross our fingers and toes for Backyard Bullion and the silver gods to shine down on him. Big up all to all his hard work. Yeah, it's hey, we'll see what happens with the silver pouring gods. We're getting some good ripples, but we're getting some bad undersides of these pieces, and it's not easy. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to move these out the way now. And we'll get those chopped up and remelted at some point. So for now, we can just look at the nice, beautiful bits that we currently have got that are already made. And this star here, I guess, so this is the only piece so far that I would potentially even sell. So it is still not cleaned up, of course. I don't know. It's still not perfect. So unless, I'm not going to even put it on my website, but if somebody in the chat wants it, it's 7.7 ounces. So 7.7. It's going to be £277. So it's a lot for something that's not great, but it is live on stream and it will commemorate the crap night that I've been having at the furnace. So if anyone in the chat wants it, then let me know. Cool Edit says, can we do some 1 ounce rounds tonight? Quite honestly, Cool Edits, I don't know if we're going to get any more pieces out that are good, A, because I just don't know what's happening tonight. Second, I want to try and get a 3 ounce heart, a 1 ounce heart, and maybe even try the star again. So those have to take priority, I'm afraid, because those are commissions that we've been working on. If we get to the next bit after that, I'm going to do a Trixelian round, and then a play button. That's all I think I'm going to do, and we'll have to see, because quite honestly, if the first bits come out and they're not good, then I might just call it a night, because I don't want to be up until 1 in the morning constantly trying to pour silver and make it right. I think that's sometimes we just have to accept that it's not right and that it will have to happen another time. What I will say is that if any of you do want things, like, so we're saying Inheritance Stacker wants a Trixelian round, if we don't make it on the stream tonight and you still want to get one, we can make one. I will get, this is not the end of the road. This is not the death of the Backyard Bullion poured silver because I've somehow lost my magic touch. It's just a bad night, bad day. I've had bad days before. I've had bad weeks before where you can't make anything, but then suddenly it will click and something will have to, will go. Homestead Aquarius, yes, £277. So I don't know what that is in dollars, I'm afraid, but yeah. So I'll tell you what, look, what I'll do is I'll put it on the website, And if someone wants to buy it, great. If they haven't bought it by the end of the stream, then we'll chop it up and remelt it. So I'll get that all ready. 7.7 ounces. Giant star. And poured lime on stream. Cannot multitask to save my life. Talking and typing is almost impossible. Right, let's get these photos uploaded. And then we're going to put this as 277. Inventory 1. Weight 7.7. And just have to wait a few moments for the photos to upload, and then we'll be publishing it and people can buy it if they want. Someone can anyway. Cool Edit says, when will your next stream be? I suspect it won't be until the new year, because Christmas is coming up and anything I make I'd want to send up to Edinburgh, and there's not going to be enough turnaround time. And also, I'm not very good at live streaming, as you guys may have guessed from tonight. So I think I want to make this something that happens infrequent. I don't want to do it every month. I don't want to do it every couple of months. I might do it once every, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, 4 times a year probably. Right, that heart is now live on our website. Sorry, the heart, I keep calling them hearts. That star is now on our website. So you can go and buy it, check out. You can pay by the PayPal checkout process. So there it is. There's the link directly to that particular product that is now in stock on our website. If someone wants it, then great. And I will endeavor to make it as best as or as good as I possibly can if you want to buy it. So Inheritance Snacker says, you handled the stream really well. I'd have rage quit. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. There's been a moment or two where I've thought, that's it. I'm done. Let's turn it all off and go to bed and crawl up and cry. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that star is now up on the site. Oh, that's nice. I've just had a text from someone who isn't, well, maybe they are in the live chat. I don't know if they are. They're hiding very well. But he's just said, the live is still great fun to watch, even if it's not going perfect. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate that. Really cool. Scott Silver says, what size are the play buttons? They're about 4.7 ounces, I think. Pretty chunky. They're really nice though. And if you check out the live stream that we did last time, you'll see them being made there, and they are really cool. So if you want to go and check that one out, then go and let me know if you want to order one. Listen, so it's not going well tonight from a silver pouring point of view. But as I said, this is not the end of the road for the backyard bullion poured silver. I will be making more pieces, and I will get back to making good pieces. It's just something's not right tonight, and you don't always know. I'll probably reflect on it, think about it a bit more. I think it's the furnace. I think somebody probably hit the nail on the head tonight. The furnace is buggered, and in fact, now that it's cooled down a bit, I want to show you what I've seen inside it. So if we go over to the bench, and I will show you why I think it's buggered. If you excuse my French, let's move the microphone over here so you can actually hear me. So let's get this out of the way first. Oh, let's make sure the work area is all safe. Right, so basically, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well, but you can see that the heat coils in there are completely dislodged, and that's not normal, so that shouldn't happen. I mean, it's basically happened because this furnace is an old one that has been running for a long time, and I think basically it's coming to the end of its life cycle, and those are obviously having a superheating factor going on, and I don't think that's quite right. I think there's something wrong with the heat of the silver when it's coming out. I think that's probably what is happening. So, right, that's that moved out of the way. So I think that's what's going wrong, and that's causing superheating of the silver, and then I don't know, something else is happening that's not great. So The other thing that it could be is it could be the batch of silver, and that's not to say that the batch of silver is like impure and it's not the correct purity, but I think what it is that the different types of casting grain that we have can sometimes yield different results. So it might be a good idea actually to change the type of silver that we're pouring as well, but I don't have any other batches down here tonight, and I'm not going to go and grab them now. So we're just going to have to see. So if we've changed the furnace, if we've changed the heating temperature, and you know, the graphite crucible could have a factor to play in here as well. There are so many little micro factors that will affect things. Then hopefully things should be better, and we might get something a little better, and the results might actually yield us a decent piece of silver at the end of it. But we won't know for at least another 20 minutes or so, whilst the furnace number 2, the backup furnace, heats up. And you can already tell that the other furnace is doing different things, better things, normal things, because it's taking longer to heat up, which is, you know, normal. So yeah, anyway, right, let's head back to the chat. I've just been neglecting it for a moment. Cool Edit says, next time you pour some silver, can you make a video about it, because it will remind me to buy something. Thank you. I've done loads of them for a long time. So Riggs asks how much of those tree ornaments. They range in price depending on their weight, but we've got only a few left at the moment. I think we've got 3 left. So if you would like to get some, then they are on our website, and there's a link coming into the live stream chat. If I can get it, here we go. So if we go at Riggs, there you go. That's the shop. You can go and check it out and see what you want to get, if you want to get anything. Neil says, yes, still great to watch. Wouldn't be as interesting edited. Well, I think you get a bit of a, you know, glistened approach, don't you, or glistened view of it. It's not always good, as we are experiencing tonight. The first stream I did was bloody amazing. Can't believe how good it was in comparison to this one. This one's been awful. So yes. Homestead Aquarius says, things can go wrong, but this has been lots of fun and educational. No worries, you've done well. Hope you will do more live pours. You will do fine. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Cool Edits asks, where did I get the stamp? Custom stamp? The Bell Boss? I don't know what that is. The custom BYB stamp, maybe he's asking. There's a company in the United Kingdom called M. Shaw Engraving, and they're the best ones. Fossil asks, what's my all-time favourite pour? Well, my friend, I shall tell you. It is this one. This is a heart, which I turned into a mouse mat. And this was perfect. This, I cannot say how perfect it was. This heart went to a very dear friend of mine who now lives in America. I always know where it is. I think she's still got it. I hope she will never sell it. But I was almost sad to let it go. But the fact that I know where it is means I know where it is, and it's nice to know where it is. I hope that makes sense. But this is the all-time best piece I've ever done. I can't describe how perfect it was. The ripples were like in a heart shape. They were beautifully concentric. They were sensitive ripples, but not overtly horrible. Enough room in the middle for a beautiful stamp, and perfect on the back with no blemishes, spots, or anything like that. So that I forever now lives with me, because I reproduce it in my mouse mat every time. So yeah. David says, are you going to Miss Karamak? Am I going to Miss Karamak? Oh, I was like, who's Miss Karamak? What's her relevancy? But Karamak, the chocolate or the caramel bar, is going. Yes, I don't eat it myself, but yeah. Ralph says, it's been fascinating viewing despite the problems. In fact, it highlights the fact that it's not always a straightforward process. Massive respect for your quality control, BYB. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you to say. Richard Ackroyd says, I have one of them from you. The hearts, I presume you are referring to there, Richard. So here is a little party piece of the big stars, which is why I love them so much. They do fantastic spins, which is cool. They spin really well. In fact, let me just take that up. They spin even better when it's like a hard surface. They are really, really good. even when they have a few blemishes in the back like that. But yeah, if you are interested in that star, it's up on the website right now. If it's not sold by the end of the stream, it will be chopped up and it will be melted because it ate perfect. It was the first one we did tonight, and it was actually ended up being the bloody best of the lot, of all things. I mean, it's just been an awful night. If you're joining in on the stream now, if you've not watched any of the previous, God, how long have we been going? Hour and 40. We have had a nightmare on stream, and it's gone wrong every single time. Riggs says, can I show those tree decoration pieces? Yes, I can. Here we go. We've got some Christmas stars to put on your Christmas tree if you would so wish. They range in price from, I think, about 40 something is our cheapest one. We've got £35.50 to £41 depending on the weight of them. So those are available. We've also got some of our hanging leaves. So these are also really cool, lovely, lovely pieces. And they are beautiful rippled pieces. They don't have any blemishes on. They are lovely, and they have not been dismayed by the silver pouring gods tonight. So yes, those are all up on our website right now if you want to go get them. Fossil says, remember you calling and saying you were going to do the globes? I was like, huh? But they were awesome. Thank you. Yes, the globes were some of my coolest pieces. I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of really good pieces that I've made over the years that I'm very happy with and very proud of. That heart, though, is by all sense the best. Ralph says, the heart you did for me was nearly as good as your all-time best. I remember how thrilled you were with it. Yes, there are a lot. Like, when I've got a good piece, when it's done and it's looking good, that's when I will show it to someone, and that's when I will like go, yeah, look, you ordered a heart. This is a heart that I think is great. When I get pieces that are not so great, I will melt them down, and that's exactly what's happened tonight with these garbage stars that we've poured and the garbage hearts that we've poured as well. They are not good. They are not perfect. I want perfection, or as close to perfection as I can. I've got to recognise sometimes that perfection is not always perfect, but I say perfection not always perfect. Perfection not always achievable is what I was trying to say, and it's important to remember that. It's also important not to be too hard on yourself. I think I was a little bit like hard on myself earlier in the stream, and I apologise for the negativity. We're going to try and get that negativity out when we start doing the next bit of pouring, because it will be better. We will get a better piece coming out. I know it. It has to be. Can't be much worse, quite frankly. So. Cool Edits asks, would I ever commercially manufacture gold and silver bars and coins? Do you mean perhaps like proper commissioned coinage rather than poured silver little bits? The answer would be no, I would not, and I have not even looked into it, quite frankly. It just doesn't entice me because I can create my own products, believe it or not, from tonight's garbage stream. So yeah, we'll see. So I am looking at the furnace. We're at 810 degrees, so we're motoring along. We're getting there. We will get there. We'll see how we get on. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a heart. We're gonna do a 3-ounce heart first when we get there. That one is gonna be for Daniel. We're gonna do the 1-ounce heart. Then if those come out all right, I'm gonna give the star another go, because it will have a lot less moisture in it right now, so we've eliminated a lot of it. And if the silver's coming out at the right temperature, it might just work. So we'll have to see. We will just have to. There's only one way to know, and that's just trying again. And we'll just, I don't know if it will come out all right. If it doesn't, then we will just finish the stream, quite honestly. If it doesn't work, it's going to be called a night, and we'll just have to make these pieces to everyone. Cobra, you've not missed anything, mate. It's going awfully tonight. We've thrown a wobbly. I don't know. There's some bad energy, bad juju in the world, and maybe that's having an impact. But it's not going great. We've had pours come out that are crap, quite frankly. But hopefully we have changed a few things, and we will get some more done, and hopefully they'll be actually nice. I'm just going to reply to my friend who texts me. And I can't multitask, remember? So I'm just going to text and then talk but thank you. That's really nice of you to even watch. Anyway, what have we got? Someone's ordered something. We have an order of a little star. And I think from memory, yes, this one here with the gold. There you go. So if you are in the chat and you've just ordered this 1.13 ounce star, then we have it here. Cobra, do you want 2 stars, my friend? Because there's 2 left in stock on my website. And if you want them, I can just manually take them out of stock because we've only got 2 left now. So you either go and place the order directly on the website, Cobra, or I put them aside for you. Riggs has just ordered. There you go, Riggs. This is what you've ordered. Right, okay. The last 2 stars are sold. So we have no more stars. Let's get that removed. Let's just bin the whole listing so that it's all gone. So all the stars are gone. So that's great. Thank you so much, everybody. We have got some of our Christmas hanging leaf pieces now still available. Those are the next little pieces that will be available now. And of course, the big giant trilobites. I am not expecting anybody to buy these tonight. These are big, chunky, heavy, and therefore expensive pieces. They are lovely, they are beautiful, but it will take a trilobite connoisseur to find a new home for them. And it's not about selling as much as possible. Sometimes it's about just having that piece and selling it. But yeah, Cobra, I've put those 2 aside for you, my friend. Don't worry, we'll link up and we'll sort that out from you. So that's very generous of you to support that. But the leaves are now the only items realistically that we've got in stock. So we have got 2 varieties. We've got leaves that have got the hanging variety on them, and we've also got leaves that are just leaves without any of the drilling in. So here's an example. Oh, are we dropping it? There we go. Here's an example of a really nice one. It's just more of a traditional kind of bullion product in that sense. So they're really nice. And Fossil Metals, who's been in the chat tonight, very, very talented content creator and producer of bits of silver. I don't know if he's still active in terms of the silver, but he's a good friend, and he made this mold for me a long, long time ago, and I still use it to this day. So it's a beautiful piece. So if you're interested in any of those, then I've just linked that down in the description box below. There's a direct link to the leaves section. And if anyone wants one potential only piece that we poured live on stream tonight, then this is also up for sale on the website as well. It's the one and only piece that seems to have come out that is vaguely half decent-ish. There's a little air pocket in here, which isn't super obvious and noticeable, but I can see it, and I don't really massively like it, but I recognise that it is at least a reminder of the crap night that we've been having, the crap silver pouring night that we've been having. It is really, yeah. So Daniel says, who we are trying to make a heart for, and Daniel, we've had 4 of these come out. 4 of these come out not great. He says that he's a carpenter, and there are times that he's just redoing something over and over again until he's happy with the outcome. It means that you care, and I think that's, I think that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's just the fact that these aren't perfect, and whilst some of them are really nice with their ripples, that we've got some beautiful ripples on there, all of these little blemishes on the back have actually got really sharp edges, which I don't like at all. So, yeah, we'll just have to see if we can get something good. Cool Edit says he was just about to buy a leaf. Well, they are there. If you want one and you want to see it, tell me which one you're looking to buy. But yeah, it would be it's up there for sale. If you want it, just go grab it. Right. So, a bit of news for anyone who is in the chat and interested. Next week, we should have some more big batches of silver to go into our backyard bullion buyers club. And if you don't know what the buyers club is all about, we have lots of bullion grade silver that will be up for sale. And I'm expecting possibly as much as 200 ounces of mixed government bullion, so things like Britannias and Maples and Eagles and things like that, and those will be going up for sale at some point. Probably, I don't know exactly when it's coming in, but it'll be at some point next week, so we'll see. But yeah, that's exciting, and there's potentially quite a bit of gold coming in as well. We've got some more potential sovereigns coming in. In fact, I know we've got some sovereigns coming in because they've already been posted, so those will be coming out soon. Yes. Now, I've just had an email from somebody who was trying to buy some of the stars, and then I took it out for the person for Cobra on the stream. Barry, yes, we can make more stars. I will drop you an email at some point in the near future. I will reply to your email. I've just seen it, but I will take a moment after the stream to reply to you. So, cool edits. There's a link just here. I will put it here again. Oh, no, wait. That's... Hang on, what's happening? We need to find the actual link. Here we go. So the hanging leaves, cool edits. There is the link exactly to it. Fossil says you could just put the star mold in the furnace that's cooling down. It wouldn't fit, my friend, unfortunately. It's too small of a hole at the top. So that's not really possible. But as I say, we're not going to attempt the star unless I feel confident that the silver's flowing correctly, having put it in this new furnace, different crucible. We've changed a lot of variables. We'll see if that comes out with the hearts right. If it doesn't, then we're just going to call it a night. If it does, we're going to try again, and I think it will be okay. I think we've eliminated the vast majority of the moisture, and I think this is what's happening. So if we have a look at this mold, you can see that this bit is slightly discoloured, and I think that's from the superheated silver hitting it. I do think that it was too hot. I think that if we're in this new furnace, which is heating up in a normal time frame, it's taking its time, which is good. I think that we'll be pouring at a lower temperature, which will actually be better for the molds, rather than having that superheat going in. So we'll just have to see that. But I appreciate the feedback and try and work it out. It's very difficult. It's one of the problems with this whole game is that there's no easy quick fix YouTube video out there that tells you exactly what to do and what to change. You can't just quickly Google bubbles and bottom of my graphite mold. There are probably a few social media posts of people that are talking about it, but it's almost impossible to find these answers. Sometimes you have to just work through it with a bit of energy, effort. What's the word? Belligerence, I think, is probably a good word to say. You need to sometimes work really hard on it to make sure that things are actually working. So it's difficult, is what I'm trying to say. But we will, as I said, be trying again. And the silver is now 904 degrees, so we're not a million miles away. Probably I'd say about another 10-15 minutes before we get close to having things in the right area. But yeah. So in the meantime, chat, we've got 37. I know a few people have dropped away, and I don't blame them, quite frankly. It's a bit of a boring stream right now with not a lot going on. But if you've got any questions, chat, let's keep this going. Let's see how we get on, and if there's anything that you would like to know about either me, what I do, everything that we do, how we do it, not just the silver pouring. If you've got any other any more TikToks. I don't have any TikToks, Kirsten, so yeah, sorry. Webby7671 says, if you have time to make a small heart, I will take one. Well, Webby, I will be hopefully making some, and we'll have to see though how we get on with the silver pouring. But if we do, we'll be putting them up on the stream, and they will be up on the website, so we'll just have to wait and see. So but yeah, back to Kirsten. I don't do TikTok, so I hope there's not someone out there impersonating me on TikTok, because it ain't me. But yeah, we'll see. Cool Edit says, if I want to get a piece of silver stamped, where would I send it, or where will I go? I don't know what you're quite referring to there. If you've got any particular silver, I don't know. Homestead Aquarius, thank you for stopping by, my friend. I know it's been a bit of a long one with no real results, but thanks very much for stopping by, and have a great evening. It's nice to at least hang out with people. I know it's not quite what we all wanted in terms of beautiful bits of silver coming out, but we will. We'll try again at some point in the future, maybe. But for right now, we are just having a bit of a waiting game for the silver to get up to temperature, and then we can attempt to pour some more silver. But for now, we'll just have to wait. So if you've got any questions, just ask, because it's weird. I'm just sat here talking to myself because you don't want like dead air time on YouTube. Scott Silver says he will go, but he'll be in touch regarding the YouTube bar. I've been great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Cool. It's a stamp with the hallmarks. What website do I go? Where do I send it to? If you're going to have something hallmarked, then you need to go to one of the assay offices, and you need to register with them, which costs a fair bit of money to do. I think when I did it anyway, it was like £450 to register with them, and then you have to pay for your stamp to be made, which is probably about another £200. So all in, it's probably about £600 or so to register, and then you have to send your pieces off to them to stamp. So if you're in the UK, I would recommend you just have a quick look at some of the different assay offices and then see what they've got to offer and what their prices would be, and then you have to get there. Kirsten says, I bought 2 and a dice a while ago. Maybe they were called something else. TikToks. Do you mean like the Trixelian? I don't make a TikTok thing. I'll tell you what, let me have a look and see what your order was last time. It was that little Kit Kat bar. Maybe that's what you meant. We made the Kit Kat bar last time. We haven't got any of those little Kit Kat bars at the moment. Chris says, were the dogs okay? Yeah, they're grand. They're fine. They're just asleep on the sofa. So happy days with the dogs. We haven't made any of those little Kit Kat bars. I won't be making them on stream either because they're a little bit fiddly and sometimes they don't really work. And I want to make sure that we get something right. So I will maybe do that another time. Ralph says, how many 1 ounce bar molds do you have? Surely more than one for all those forum bars that I make. Yeah, I've got this mold here, which is a 4-in-1. So they at least can come out in some relative volume. You don't always get the perfect weight in each one when we pour it, but generally speaking, it doesn't take as long by doing it in that rather than just in one mold. Cool Edit says, what types of dogs do I have? I have lurchers, so basically like old greyhoundy crosses with various other dogs. They are beautiful, lovely dogs, but mad as hatters. However, if you knacker them out with a good walk, then they are happy just to lie on a sofa for the rest of the evening. Cool Edits asks, what is the Silver Forum? It's a very good platform. It's kind of like a old school message board thing that's not like Facebook. Facebook's horrible, so yeah. Daniel says, I'll have to go in 10-15 minutes to collect my son from a birthday party. I still want that heart. If it comes out nice, then great. If it has to be done offline, then I'm good with it too. Thank you, Daniel. We'll get you something one way or another, my friend. I will make sure that we have a good piece for you. So we'll just have to maybe take a breather. If it doesn't work tonight, try a different approach, try a different everything, and just see how we get on. But it will be made. But thank you, Daniel. I'm hoping that in about 10 minutes we'll have the silver ready, so you might catch it, but if not, then I'm sorry. Well, we'll be in touch. But yeah, it's just to reiterate that it's not an easy game. I would have loved to have just come in here for an hour and a half and pour you all absolutely stunning pieces over and over again, but it sometimes don't work like that. Tonight has been very much one of those nights, so we'll just have to see. As I say, I've got a new furnace going. I say new furnace, a different furnace. I've got a different crucible. We're seeing how we're getting on, and we'll have to. That's all we can do really, because beyond just calling it a night, I want to try and get something done tonight that's half good. The only thing we've managed is this star, which, as nobody has already bought it, I'm guessing nobody wants. So unless somebody wants to save it from a big pair of bolt cutters which is going to chop it into very many pieces, you need to act before the end of the stream, because if the stream ends and this is still available, then I will be chopping it up. So if you want it, then you can have it. But it's not the best piece in the world, but it is a reminder of our crap night at the silver pouring bench. So, yeah. Right, silver is still warming up. We'll be there soon. We are down to 34 viewers. We were up at what? It's like 65 when I was pouring and it was not working. I think it was still fun though. Like, I know it's disappointing and I feel really disappointed and I know I'm going to be a bit annoyed with myself later when I go away and I'm finished. But, you know, we'll just have to see how we do. So, yeah. Neil says, does ambient room temperature make a difference to the pouring? Yeah, I think it does. I think there's definitely something in that. It's no different than it normally is. I think humidity levels might make a difference too. But again, I don't think it's any particularly humid day here. So I just think, Neil, you would be surprised actually. These things don't comp out too much heat. Like, they're hot to touch, and you would burn yourself if you touch them for more than a half second. But they don't warm the room up considerably. So it's not that bad really. We'll have to just see how it sort of comes out with this second round of pouring. But we're getting there. We're at sort of 963 degrees in the furnace right now. Things are glowing, which is always a good thing. So yeah. Ralph says, can I throw my hat in the ring for support? I'd like 100-gram bar, please, if I do them. I do them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on stream, Ralph, but we can make something for sure. If anybody wants to commission a piece, then you can. So that's my email address. I've just put it in the live chat. If you want to email me about a commission, then you can, and I will make it. And I will make it at a time when the silver's pouring properly. For now, as I said, we're going to do the heart. I'm going to try 3-ounce heart, the 1-ounce heart, and maybe the star. We'll see how we get on with the furnace, whether it's going to work or not. But we've been going now on this stream for nearly 2 hours. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Crikey, this is setting a new record. This is my longest stream of all now. It's going to be. And I've been sat here talking for 2 hours and I can already feel my voice starting to go. So cool that it says, sorry to be annoying, but I don't get where do I buy one of the bars on the Silver Forum. It's not a platform that you buy directly from. You have to buy from people on the forum. I don't know if I can really do it a lot to explain tonight, but yeah. Daniel says, I need a drink. Maybe I do need a drink, but I don't really want to drink an alcoholic drink as much as I would love to now because this evening's been a right bummer. I'm just going to, I'll probably just have some water, Daniel. So I'm going to actually just go and have another quick drink break. I'll be back in about a minute and a half. I'm just going to pop in and get a little drink. Be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. Thirst quenched. and we are still waiting for the silver to come up to temperature. So we're down to 28 viewers. You guys watching now are the true ramblers, the hardcore of the group who are sticking around to see what we can make, if we can make anything. Yeah, it's been a bit of a bummer of an evening, so we'll just have to see. I'm going to endeavour to get this one pour done, even if it takes another half an hour, an hour. You know, we'll try something, and hopefully there'll be a nice little piece that comes out of it at the end of the stream. We'll see. Webby says, where is everyone from? I'm in the UK. Well, I'm in the UK as well, Webby. Let's see where we've got somebody from far afield. Is there anyone in the chat from the United States? Put a little comment in if you're in the US. I know there's a few people from Europe. We've had a few European style questions. Loafer Sheffield says, you missed 2 hours. Damn boiler breakdown. Loafer, you've not missed much, I'm afraid. We've had a nightmare tonight. We've had a really bad set of silver pours come out. Let's get them back down here onto the table. So here's what's been happening. We have some weird air pocketing and bubbling going on these pieces, and it's not something I've really experienced too often. It happens every now and again on these big stars, but it not just happened on them, it happened on these hearts as well, and it's just a bad night. Gosh, we've got people from all around the world. We've got someone from Arizona, we've got someone from Poland, we've got someone from Canada. Very cool to have international people all in the chat. For those internationally, by the way, we do have silver for sale, and we are selling it internationally. If you want to join and buy anything, then you can. We've got some stock available on our website right now, including stuff that you can hang on a Christmas tree. So go and check it out. There's a link in the chat and the description to our website. But yes, we've been having a pretty bad night of it, Loafer, and I'm hoping that because the previous furnace was doing something really weird with superheating, I think the silver was not right. It just wasn't pouring right. So we've changed the furnace. I'm firing it up. I was very tempted just to go to bed, but we are trying again, and we will see if we can get a good piece coming out. Fingers crossed we can get a good piece coming out, because it would be nice to at least have one good one that comes out on the live stream. Because quite frankly, it has been such a bad night that I would like to have something good to cheer me up, and to also reaffirm that it's not, you know, it's not me. I don't think it's me. I don't think there's anything I've done particularly wrong other than the furnace just being a bad furnace. So we'll see. But we've got a few people, as I said, from Europe. We've got Kirsten from Denmark, JN from Poland. JN and Kirsten, you both have already got my full and utter respect, because you have little thumbnails of your dogs, and that's super cool. I love dogs. I have 2 dogs. I have I have 2 lurchers, 2 black furred lurchers. They are beautiful. They are wonderful. They are currently asleep on the sofa, and they're very happy. So that's what's most important. But I love the fact that you 2 have your dogs as your profile pictures. That's super cool. Ralph, Rambling Society Hardcore. Yes, good man, my friend. Warwickshire branch. You're holding up the stream. Andy says he's from Scotland. Thank you, Andy, for joining all the way from the north. It's great. So we have 35 people in the chat. Just as a quick reminder, it might help a few other people get in the chat. If you have not hit the thumbs up button, then please try and hit the thumbs up button, because it will help everything that we do on the stream. So just put that thumbs up, and we really do appreciate it. Sorry, I got distracted by a text message coming in from another one of my friends going, "It's going all right," even though it's not. It's so funny that some of my friends outside of the silver world sometimes come in and watch my streams. There we go. There's a few likes hitting the like counter. We've got up to 71 likes now. Thank you. I appreciate it. But it does help. So seriously, if you're wondering about the whole YouTube game and the whole YouTube world and everything, by simply liking and commenting on a video, you do more than you can possibly imagine to help that channel. It's a small thing to try and remember, and I try and remember. I'm guilty of it too. I don't often do it, when you're just in a rush or a hurry if you're on your phone or something. But by simply just hitting that thumbs up button, it really does help a lot more than you might expect. So definitely do it, because it does help. And it also is nice for the creator to know that they've done something that is actually quite cool and quite nice. So yeah, now we are over 1,000 degrees now, which is great. So we're getting there. We are getting there. We hopefully will be pouring in, I guess, another 5 to 10 minutes, I'm guessing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start. So if we go back over to the pouring bench, I'm going to start warming up this heart mold, and hopefully we'll get something good coming out of it. We'll have to see though. I'm still unconvinced. I think the silver pouring gods are going to be a little bit harsh tonight, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's have a look. So yeah, we're all nice and hot and molten. Well, not quite molten yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. In fact, from my memory, I'm going to leave it off for a moment, because from my memory, I think we're about another 10 minutes out still from the actual silver being ready. So you can see the difference. If you've been in the chat right from the start, you can see the difference in the furnace. This one's taking a lot longer, which is a good thing. So the first furnace, I think, there was definitely something wrong with it. Fossil says, do you still do coin fairs? Coin fairs are an interesting one. So no, I don't. I haven't been to one for a while, except for the Berlin World Money Fair, which I am going to again this year, which would be really exciting. But I'm not going as an exhibitor. I'm just going as me to go and meet some people and have some fun and see what's on offer from some of the biggest mints all around the world, which should be good fun. I did a few fairs where I sold things, which was fun, but they're hard work and you don't often get the results that will, most of the time you're breaking even on the costs of hiring a stand and stuff like that. So it's not great. And also, I think that they're just a little bit like lackluster here in the UK. They're not big enough. The London Coin Fair is the biggest, and even that's quite small by big standards. So no, I don't. Hi, Ralph says, you'll talk about this live stream for years. It'll be all right on the night. I will. I probably will. It's one of those things where I've been looking forward to it all week, all month actually, and because the first one went so well, I was like, well, I'm going to make this and this and this, and it'll be this, and it'll be great. And then it doesn't work, and nothing works. And we have one marginal piece at best that we have to sell, and that's it. So, what can we do? We can but just wait. Right, we've had a new order on the website of some of our bits of silver. Thank you very much, Kirsten. You have been very generous with another order there. So, Kirsten, you have ordered a 1.73 and a 1.69. Let's show them for you. So there's the 1.69, and that's 1.65. Is it in here? I have a second box because it's not all fitting on the table. No, it's not those ones. Yep, here it is. So, Kirsten, thank you for that order. That is very generous of you. And I know as well, Kirsten, that you've ordered and you've selected bank transfer. I will send you the bank details after the stream is all done. Maybe you have them already, I think, but I will send them to you. So thank you, Kirsten. Here are the two pieces that you have ordered, the 1.69 and 1.73. Really nice pieces. They should look really nice on any Christmas tree. And there's the other side with the leaf design made by the one and only Fossil Metals, who's still in the chat. Huge thank you to him. So thank you. Lyndon says, hasn't put me off looking for classes to pour silver. Yeah, like I've always thought about doing like experience days for pouring silver, but there's a lot of things to consider. Cool edits, by the way. Good night. Thank you very much for staying in the chat for as long as you did. I appreciate it. But yes, back to the question of Lyndon about silver class or silver pouring classes. I've thought about doing them. I thought about doing them earlier on in my pouring career, and then I decided against them for a number of reasons. First is the sort of safety aspect of it. you are dealing at the end of the day with molten 1,000-degree silver, and it's a skill that is learned, and you sometimes make mistakes, and you can get hurt quite badly if you get it wrong. So I don't like that idea. And then on top of that, there's where would I do it? I wouldn't necessarily want somebody to come into my house. I love you all to bits, and you're fantastic as YouTube supporters, but I just don't want any Tom, Dick and Harry coming into my house where I have everything, and that's not good. So that's something to think about as well. And then there's just the unpredictability of it. So you've seen today how crap it's been, and I wouldn't want somebody to pay to come do a course or a class, and then turn up and it be crap, and they don't have anything at the end of the day to show for it. That doesn't make sense to me, especially if they're traveling to do it. I don't like that idea at all. So yeah, I think from my perspective, I would probably say it's never going to happen. I would just think it's not really something I would do. I know there's people who would do it though, so if anyone wants to do it, then do it. I have done it with friends, like good friends that I know. They've had goes, and they've poured their own bits and things, and they always love it. It's fascinating for them, and that's great. But I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, and Fossil says there in the chat, safety and security, I think, are the biggest things. Like, you'd have to have some pretty big, robust insurance, or you'd have to have some kind of like insurance waiver document that people would sign, and I'm not sure that's the best thing. But yeah, it's funny. So right, we are not quite ready, but I think we are at least at the molten stage. Yeah, we're at molten stage, which means I'm going to get the mold on the heat. So I think we're about 5 minutes away now from what is, fingers crossed, going to be our first actual piece of silver that we're going to pour tonight that is going to be good. Because bloody hell, it would be nice to actually do something good for a change rather than the crap that we've been putting out tonight. So yes, we'll have to just pray to the silver pouring gods. So I think for the next 5 minutes or so, what I want from the chat is I want all of your fingers and toes crossed. I want good positive vibes. I want you all to say something nice in the chat. If you're watching right now, there's 37 of you in the chat right now. That should be 37 comments of good positive thoughts and energy. Come on, let's go. Who's going to be first to say something nice? You don't have to, but it would be nice if you said something nice, because we want to get something good. These pieces that we're going to make, if we make them right, are already bought, well, not paid for, but they're bought basically. Well, some of them are paid for, but the point is they are special commissions that people want, and we want to get them right. And for those who are maybe not following the entire stream, you've come in halfway, the first part of the stream was shit. It was crap. It was awful. Kirsten wants a star, a perfect star, for the stream. That's what we really want. We're going to try it if the rest of these pours go okay. If they don't, then we're gonna call it a night. But hopefully it will be all right. Right, what's the positive? Let's see. Everyone in the chat, say something positive right now. So Leroy Muir says, "You can do this." I can do it. I know I can do it. Let's do it. Yevni has a little emoji thing that's presumably a smiley face. We'll see. Lyndon says, praying to the silver gods. Yes, we need to pray to those silver gods. Loafer Sheffield has got his fingers crossed. LGGS Retro Finds says, you can do it. Kirsten wants that perfect star with 2 fingers crossed. Silver Islander says, praying to the silver gods for a great pour. Yes, let's do it. Spam Fritters, got my eyes crossed too. Well, if you've got those eyes crossed, you might end up missing it. Andy's 2 fingers crossed. Neil has got a trophy. Maybe we'll see it. Gary says, good luck with the next pause. Ras Bobo says, silver gods say, go. Not no. Let's go. Steve Loop says, even flow. Daniel Koch has got his fingers crossed. This is for you, Daniel. We're going to get this one. This is for you. Hopefully you'll catch it before you have to go. Webby says, the gods are now smiling on the BYB stream. Fingers crossed. Kirsten says, go, go, go. You can do it. Fossil, every piece will be unique. Good luck. Is that your way, Fossil? Nope, we're not going to even countenance the negativity. You know probably what I was going to say, though. Victor has his fingers crossed. Chris A, positive thoughts. You're still in the chat, Chris. Thank you. Loafer, thoughts arrive like butterflies. Fingers crossed. Perfect pour and not Pearl Jam. No. Beefy Zig. When the shit hits the fan, go rambling with your lurchers. Mate, I will. I've got a big walk lined up for them tomorrow. 2 hours at least. Can't wait. Hopefully the weather won't be too horrible. It's been a bit wet of late here, but we'll get out with the dogs. That's what life is all about. Gary Crawford, thank you. Right. Nearly there. Going to give it another minute just to have the right temperature. So what I would normally pour at is about 1,030 to 1,040 degrees, and we're at 1,023 right now. So I'm going to give it another minute or so, and then we'll see. Fossil says, I'll mail it. I will mail it. Once it's done and ready and it's good and I can post it, then it will be in the mail. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Fossil's retracted his message. You got it wrong, mate. You have to leave it. If I'm living with all my mistakes tonight, you can live with your one typo. Oh, okay, right. Let's try this heart again. And see how we get on. Right. Things are ready. Silver is there. Workbench is nice and clear. Let's move the microphone up so we can get the sound. Okay, let's move that out of the way a little bit. Let's get that out of the way. We don't need that right now. We've got the heart there ready. Okay. Wish me luck all. Here we go. I think we're there. I think the variables have been changed. I think we're getting some good flow now. These are good pieces. Look at that! There's no bloody air pockets! Yes! We did it! Chat, we did it! We've got some beautiful pieces of silver. Do you know what? I'm going to sleep so much better tonight. I was really, really worried. Not worried, anxious, I don't know, disappointed. But we're there. Now this first one that I did isn't perfect, because there's a little bit of a blemish, but I think we might be able to cover that blemish up. The second one though, much nicer. Oh yes. But the most important thing, I'm just giving them a quick dry. The most important thing is, look at that. We've got perfectly smooth bottoms. That's a sentence I thought I'd never say on a live stream. But there we go. Perfectly smooth bottoms. No big dents and blemishes. So here's the tops. We've got some ripples. We have got a few little air pockets, air bubbles there. This one has got some there, but I think if I just stamp my leaf right there in the middle of it, it might look all right. So we are going to put some more silver in the furnace, because strike while the iron's hot and all of that jazz. Let's do this. So let's put about that much in. I think will do us. And then, so have I got my? Yes, I have over here. Fantastic. Right. And just need to find my stamp. There it is. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at what we've made and see if we can somewhat salvage it. So this one is not as perfect as it could be, but it's okay. It's okay. And it will look okay once we've stamped our leaf on it, you know, it is not perfect. It is somewhat of an ugly duckling, but we have that leaf going in the middle. So that one is a little bit better. A little bit better. But that's not the star of the show. Where is it? Here we go. This is the star of the show. This is a really nice one. Beautiful ripples. And the good thing about this one is that even these tiny little bubbles here, they're right where I would normally stamp this anyway. So there we have a nice heart. Fantastic. So, beautiful on that side. So Daniel, that one will be for you. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Daniel, but this one is going to be for Daniel. We're not going to put that one up for sale right now. I don't know if I'm going to sell this one. It's not perfect now that I look at it in the cold heart day. But what it does say to me is that we are in business without doing these bloody air pockets, which is good. So, yeah, we're going to do some more. We're going to do some more. So unless somebody really wants that one, let me know. But otherwise, it's going to be binned because it's not perfect. We want to get a good one. So we're going to be about another 15 minutes till the next pour, I think. This is already sold. This one's not going to go to anyone on the stream tonight, I'm afraid. But we're going to do Gary Crawford's small heart next. And there'll be more than one small heart that comes out from the furnace. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to finish the night by trying to do the white whale, which is the star for Chris and Dan. That's the white whale. Or maybe we do the star next. Oh, I don't know. No, we're going to save the star for last. Because I think if I don't know. What do you guys want? Anyway, look, we've got a good one. Right, I'm going to go back to the chat because I've missed all of your hopefully nice words of congratulations. So we've got a few people going, beautiful pour, boom, woo. Anonymity is pretty crucial. Oh, well, that's referring to my silver pouring course. Bingo, very nice. GG. BYB is back. Jobs are good. Looking at the colour of the crucible when you took it out, the first one was way hotter. Yeah, it was. I think it was the heat. Who doesn't like a perfectly smooth bottom? Chris, you're right. So the silver is good. Maybe the other furnace was heating uneven before. I think it was. I think that's what it was. Exactly what it was. Muckhammer. MC Hammer. You can tell how much of a middle-aged man I am. Muckhammer. MC Hammer is asking, are you able to do custom orders? Yes, I can. And I am doing some tonight, but I am not going to be doing many more tonight. I'm going to pour a few little hearts, then we're going to try a star, and then maybe we might finish the night with a Trixelian. I don't know exactly. We'll see. Kind of want to just see how it goes. I'm not going to commit to anything. We're just going to roll with it. But we have got finally a good piece that is there for Daniel, who is now driving and probably can't see it. But Daniel, we've done it. We've done it. MC Hammer says, would a 1 pound wall cross be too big? I don't know what pounds is. Pounds, so LBS 2 grams. A pound is 450 grams. Well, it's not too heavy. It's possible, but I don't do crosses. So not for me, I'm afraid. I don't have molds for it. So sorry. So in relation to anything else, hang on, where are we? We're here. We've got on the right camera. It's really weird. Like the live studio on YouTube constantly is like out of sync with the rest of it. You have to refresh it all the time. It's really weird. But yeah, it's YouTube for you. It's not particularly smart sometimes, unfortunately. So there we go. We've got actual silver coming out. It's so nice to do that and not have the shit all night. I can rest easy tonight that things are okay. So what we are going to do next is some small hearts. I think that would be nice. And then we'll have at least fulfilled Gary's order. So we've got Daniel's order, Gary's order, then we've got Chris's order. So we'll be doing a star after the little hearts. And then we will be making maybe a Trixelian and finish the night there. I don't think we're going to have time to do a play button. Or do we do the play button because it's live and it's YouTube live? Maybe we do the play button. Somebody wanted a Trixelian. I can't remember who it was, whether you're still in the chat, but if anybody wants to order something from me, commission something, then please email. There we go, there's my email. Fossil wants a tiki. Oh dear, Fossil, I don't know if we're going to have time, because you know this as well as I do, that you've only got a certain amount of time that you should really heat the graphite crucibles, and this I think is only going to yield 4 pours out of it before the time is really getting a bit tight, and that crucible that's in there is already a little bit old, so don't want to push it. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But as I said, if we don't make it on stream, we can make it outside of that. So Fossil, if you want one making for you, then just drop me an email. We can do it, and that goes to everybody else as well. If you are wanting something making outside of this stream, then we can do that. And if you want something that is already on, Kirsten's on a buying mode tonight. You've already bought something, Kirsten. So, I mean, if you want something else, you've got a box already that we can send some more stuff out to you. But what we have got, so here's the link to our website. Do you know what? I don't think anyone's going to buy this big star. So I'm going to just get rid of it. Let's just bin the big star that we poured. This one's going to get put in the bin. Not in the bin, but it's going to get melted down and put away. So if anybody wants any of our poured silver that is already done, we've got a bunch on our website. So we have some Christmas themed leaves. All of our stars have already poured out, sold out. We have some of these Christmas themed leaf pours, which are really cool, from Fossil Metal's own mold that he made me. We've also got some giant trilobites. So I'm not expecting anybody to buy these tonight, but if you are a trilobite fan, then this is something pretty cool, and I didn't see anything else like this out there in the market, so pretty cool piece. The Jonathan Underwood says, how much is the big star? So this is the star we poured at the start of the stream. It was live. It is technically still available because I haven't binned it yet. I'll tell you what, it's 277 is what I'd be asking for it. I'll restore it to the website. I'll give it another go. It is up on the website now. Yep, there it is, live. I will share that link here. So Jonathan, if you want it, there it is. You can buy it there. Kirsten wants a star or a heart. Well, the only star we're going to probably pour tonight is going to be Chris's, because you're going to get one go, I think, and that's going to be it. It's going to be a big one. Not pouring the small ones tonight, but I can make them at another time if you want, Kirsten. Or because we're going to do some hearts, we're going to do some small hearts now, we can do maybe one of those when they come out. So we'll see what comes in when we have poured them. So I think for now, let's just hang fire. But of course, if there's anything you want making outside of the stream, then we can do that too. What are we at now? We're at 2 hours 33 on the stream. Whoa, it's a long old stream that we're doing. Long old stream. But I'm glad at least now that we're getting some silver pouring happening. And it's not just a complete waste of time. Yeah. So now let's have a quick look. We've got 45 people in the chat. We've had a little bit of an uptick now that the silver is pouring. Maybe some people have come back to say hello. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. It does help an awful lot on my channel, anybody's channel, quite frankly. It's really worth doing if you can, because it helps the YouTube algorithm of all things. So Kirsten says he would buy a big star. Well, we'll see. We've got the 1 star, Kirsten, this one, but I don't know if you want it. This one is up on the website. This is the one we poured on stream, but it isn't great. It isn't perfect. So we can do better. I know I can do better. So as I said, if this hasn't sold by the end of the stream, it's going to be chopped up and remelted. That's how it goes with poured silver sometimes. So definitely check it out if you want. Otherwise, we can make one. What I will say, Kirsten, is drop me at the end of the stream, if we haven't done it, just drop me an email and we can link up and we can sort it out. And that goes for anybody else as well. I know there's a few people in the chat who have sent emails. Ralph, I have seen the email pop up. I will be in touch and we will get everything going. And we can make you what you want to have made and get it done for you. Sai the Sound Man, back in. How you doing, my friend? What you've missed in the last 2.5 hours is a calamity of poo. It hasn't been great. We've had not a lot of great stuff come out, but we have changed a lot of the variables. We were having issues with the furnace before. It was, I think, too hot, superheating the silver, and that was causing the silver to do lots of bubbly, not so good things. Now that has been resolved, we are cooking with gas again. Well, electricity because it's an arc furnace, but we are at least getting some nice pieces out, and this is a marked improvement. So to put it in perspective, here's some of the other hearts where the silver was obviously far too hot, or there was not an even temperature amongst it or something. So really weird. And these are like really sharp and horrible. So yeah, not good. But now we're getting nice, good results, hopefully. One of them wasn't that great. We had one of them with like, well, these little pit marks on them, which isn't brilliant. But I think that's, you know, it's part of the game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah. Kirsten says, okay, yeah, just we'll link up. We'll link up. But anyone who is keen to order a commission piece, we can still do it outside of the stream. Sai says he's been working on making a wallet for 5 hours, got to the final trimming and cut right through it. It fills my pain. So a lot of people in this chat tonight have been saying about the difference between like an artist and a craftsman. And what I would say is that there's a lot of people out there in this world who think silver pouring is like proper, you know, pretty easy. You can just get some silver pouring in and you're done. And there are a lot of people who do that. And there are a lot of people who pour something and it doesn't end up looking great. The difference is the people who take the time to pour something over and over again to get it right, to make it look right, and who then have the results to share and show, they end up better than everyone else. They end up being able to ask for higher prices. They end up being more sought after, and that's what we try and do, because you have to be different somehow in this crowded market and this crowded world. You have to set yourself apart from the rest, and that is what I endeavour and what I have endeavoured to do right from the very beginning of my silver pouring 7-8 years ago. When was it? It was July 16. So yeah, that's like 7 years ago. Mental how long I've been doing it. And it, to this day, eludes me to get it perfect every time, as we've demonstrated quite coherently tonight that it is not easy to do. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But we are pouring good right now. So hopefully we will get some nice bits in the not too distant future. Now, silver, what temperature are we at? We're at 1003. And we're basically at the molten temperature already. So let's get some heat into the little heart mold. And let's head on over to the pouring bench. So we're done with that mold for the night. And yeah, okay, it's going to be another 5 minutes or so, 5, 6, 7 minutes. But getting the heat in there is really important to stop any horrendous, horrible accidents like steam explosions. So yeah, there we go. So, yes, Sai says, very well put, any craft is a never-ending pursuit of perfection. So Sai, as you are here, I'll tell this story again for you. In fact, I need to change my camera. There we go. So this is a mouse map that I made for myself, and it's a picture of my all-time favourite piece. Fossil Metals asked me earlier tonight what was my favourite piece of all time, and this heart I made back in the very early days. It was one of the very first batch of pieces I made. Came out so perfect. You can see that the ripples are like so unique and centric, and they even form a little heart shape, and it was a perfect platform to put the leaf on, and everything about it is just perfect. I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I ended up selling it, I say inverted commas selling it, for cost basically, to a very good friend of mine who now lives in America, and I know where it is. And to this day, I've never poured a piece quite like it. And I have always used that as an example of how you can never guarantee the perfection in anything you do. You can get close to it, and you can get some really good looking pieces, but it's really difficult to express to someone who doesn't know how difficult it is to reproduce that perfection every time. And it's special when it happens. So sometimes it does. Yeah. Ralph says, what varieties of moulds do you have now? Hearts, Kit Kats, leaves, what else? Oh, loads. I've got a whole couple of massive boxes full of moulds. We've got a whole host of things. Lots of different shapes and sizes and designs, from pirate themed, dragon themed. There's lots of stuff. I would say your best first bet anyway is having a look on my website. Let me just quickly get the link for you. And I do need to do a big website update at some point. It's just on one of my many to-do lists, unfortunately. So if you have a look at that link, Ralph, that I've just put in, then that's a good rundown of kind of the majority of the different types of things that we can do. There are more. I haven't updated it of late, but there are a lot there that we can do. So that's probably what we do. Kirsten says the trilobites remind me of something else that I can't mention here. Maybe, yes. I can probably guess what you're referring to, but they are trilobites, and I love all these ammonites and trilobites and things like that. So yeah. Right, we are nearly there for the next bit of pouring. Let's see if we can get some nice little hearts going, and maybe we can get some of them sold on stream to some of you out there. So one of them is going to be for Gary, and then potentially one of these for Kirsten. You said you might want a heart. We'll see if they come out all right. So yeah, let's get some more positive energy flying, chat. We're going to need at least another minute or two until we're really at temperature. So let's have some positive energy flowing through that chat so that we are ready to go for the next pour. Let me hear what you've got to say that's nice and positive. Sending the prayers to the silver pouring gods. Let's go. Let's get some energy going. Let's get some really nice pieces, hopefully, flowing out of this particular pour. Because quite frankly, we need it after the night that we've been having so far. So, chat, let's go. Let me hear your positive energy, your positive vibes. Fingers crossed, whatever you can give energy-wise is nice to see. We've got some fingers crossing coming from Spam Fritters and Kirsten. Come on, chat. Let's go. We need some more. We can do it. Good vibes from Kirsten. Thank you. All right, we're there. Let's go. Let's start thinking about getting this silver out. I'm sure some of you will start putting them in. Yeah, here we go. There's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so that's fine. Right. We're ready. Okay. Oh, we've got some bubbling going on. Not great. Oh, got a little after drop on that. These are not turning out very well. Different kind of a problem that I'm recognising with this, and I think that's because it's the batch of silver. I think this is one of these ones that just like to do these kind of bubbles. Not great. Oh dear chap, we were doing so well, and well, we were doing so badly, then we were doing so well, and now we're doing badly again. I don't know what to suggest. Maybe if I try one last pour, but with some different silver. Let me just grab some different silver. Right. We've changed a lot of the variables in the past, so we're going to try something a bit different. Where have we got it? I had another piece, another batch somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone. This is annoying me. Kirsten says he's poor chap. Soundman says this is on par with glass blowing in terms of success. Lyndon says he's got to go soon. Been enjoyable to watch. Thanks BYB and the Silver community. Looking forward to order being delivered. Thank you. Yeah, right. I'm gonna try just one more batch. I'll be back in a moment. I'm just gonna go grab some silver. I'll be back 2 minutes. Right, guys, I've made an executive decision. I'm going to stop. I'll tell you for why. There are times when you just have to think maybe the world is trying to tell you something. So we've been going 2 hours 47. I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, and I'm just so sorry that it's not gone well, and I feel bad for that. But the healthy thing to do is to just take a step back, I think. So my sincere apologies to people who wanted to get something for live. It's not happening. But we will endeavour. One time in the future, I'm sure we will have another good session. So for now, what I will say is a huge thank you to everybody for all of your very kind and generous and exceptionally good thoughts and energy that came through tonight. I really appreciate it more than you know. And whilst things didn't go perfectly, I still had a really good time hanging out with all of you. So I'm sure you can all see and maybe hear in my voice that I'm disappointed. But it is what it is. And I will reflect on this and I will learn from this and I will come back and I will do better. And I'm sure in the near future I will do a little video showing you all what I made when the cold light of day came around, and I can do better. I know I can. So thank you all. That's going to be it from me. That's, I think, the right decision to make. And, you know, we got one thing right. We got one heart done for Daniel tonight. For those of you who have already pre-ordered, I will make your pieces. I'm probably not going to do it tomorrow though, because it's Sunday and I need a day with my dogs. I need a day to forget today as well. But I will probably do some work next week and I will be in touch with all of you. And to everybody who's bought stuff tonight that's ready to go, I will get that out in the post in the week ahead. For anybody who wants still to buy anything, if you're perhaps in the chat and you feel sorry for me, don't feel like you have to buy it because you feel sorry for me, but you know what I mean. If you want to get anything from us that's in stock and ready to go, then you can. There is a link in the description box below to my website where you can find all of our poured silver. So thank you everybody. You've seen warts and all what it is like to pour silver, and we'll see you next time. Thanks all.